Did you ever did you have like a dream of like becoming a pilot and you just couldn't do it? Or
No, I
what's the
don't
obsession?
like heights. I don't like heights.
No, that wasn't like a dig.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was like a serious question.
That's fair. I don't like heights.
Okay, got it.
This episode of Macrodosing is being brought to you by Part of My Cheesesteak. Get a Snackrodose. If you're watching the game, if you're working late, if you're lazy to cook, make the call to Part of My Cheesesteak. Thin sliced steak, melted provolone, mouth-watering cheese sauce, all loaded on a perfectly toasted hoagie. It's a legit heavy hitter cheesesteak, and if you really want to do it right, grab the Big Cat combo. Cheesesteaks, fries, and a drink, or you get the brand new chopped cheese combo. I love the chopped cheese. That's a complete meal. It's available nationwide. It delivers easy. Game days covered. Late nights covered. Let me tell you what, if you haven't had chopped cheese, highly recommend. I don't want to say anything sacrilegious. At times, I prefer chopped cheese to the traditional cheesesteak. It is what it is. It's delicious. Check out Part of My Cheesesteak. Don't overthink dinner. Order Part of My Cheesesteak right now. Promo code AWL. Free delivery. partofmycheesesteak.com.
I would say anywhere from 18 to 21 points a game next year.
Okay. Are we recording that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, that right there is Arian Foster's draft scout report on AJ DeBansa.
Yep, I'm 2 minutes and 30 seconds into his highlights, and that's my prediction. 18 to 21 points a game as a rookie. That's on the high side. On the low side, 13.
Okay, I mean 18 to 21 sounds pretty good to me.
He has a very good upside. I mean, he's 6'8", can move well, can dribble, can shoot.
Big wingspan too, very long.
Can't see they don't show his defensive highlights, but I assume because he can move so well, he has potential for really good defense. But that's just contingent on heart. Defense is all about heart, so that's on him. Yeah, that's just my quick scouting report on me. I ain't never seen him play before, so good pickup by the Wiz.
All right, I appreciate it. I think that's actually like a remarkably good scouting report too.
What are the streets saying?
Well, on the defensive side, it's like he was not dominant on defense in college. He was an okay defender, pretty good, but he's going to work on that. He knows that that's one thing that he has to work on. And he's got the physical tools to do it, and he's willing to try.
Willing to try defense.
He's willing to play defense.
No, he has a tremendous upside. He looks like an amazing prospect.
Okay, I love that. Wizard totally back. And also 6'9" is what I'm seeing.
I saw 6'8" barefoot. Do you want to give him 6'9"? I know you like to.
Well, no, they just measured. They measured with the shoes off.
That's what I'm saying. Well, all I did was Google. You know, my sources say 6'8", but hey, 6'9", I'm cool with that.
Cool. All right, I love that. Watch out for the Wiz. That starting lineup's going to be cold next year. Trae Young, Keyshawn George, AJ DeBansa, Alex Sarr, Anthony Davis, and then you got Bilal coming off the bench. You got Bub coming off the bench. You got Trey Johnson, the sniper, coming off the bench. We go 8 deep. I'm thinking top 5 seed.
All right. A little too much dip on your chip there. Let's just see how the first 20, 30 games pan out, see how they gel well together. But that sounds like a really good foundation, you know.
Thank you.
Really good foundation. AD got to stay healthy, though, you know. We're coming from a Laker fan.
Yep.
He's all world when he's healthy.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying if he's healthy, I start every sentence with the words "if he's healthy," and he never is healthy.
Yeah. Some injuries are plagued with careers, man. I mean, some careers are plagued with injuries.
Yeah. What do you want to get into today? Because we've got a very interesting story to tell on this show about a guy named Timothy Dexter, dude that lived back in the 1700s, 1800s. I promise you, his life story is actually incredible. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But you got anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing that's striking me. I'm trying to see what's popping in the street. I'm trying to log on to Twitter and I can't right now. Okay, there I go. I'm in. I'm on my burner. I did see a clip that probably did well for y'all. That Baker Mayfield and Wyndham Clark. I just scrolled past that, and it wasn't even on your account. It was on Golf Digest. I follow
No
Golf
way.
Digest. Yeah, big golf account, and they put the Wyndham Clark thing on it. So those who don't know, Wyndham Clark had a tweet with it was that 2016 or something like that.
Yep.
And he said, "I hate Baker Mayfield," and y'all had no idea what that was, or did you? Did y'all have a hunch
No.
about where?
No idea.
So they asked him about it. He said, "Fuck it, I'll say it." Baker Mayfield. My girlfriend at the time cheated on me with Baker Mayfield. Now, what?
Not what I expected him to say at all.
Uh, that's like an ongoing thing on Twitter. Like, where you'll see like celebrity people who have cheated or people have been cheated on by celebrities. That's a thing. That's a thing. There should be a club.
Yeah, bad club to be in. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never experienced that. I've gotten cheated on, but not. It wasn't a celebrity.
I mean, one of the funniest parts is that Wyndham Clark is like, I'm actually a Baker fan now. I like him. I think he's the homie.
I can respect it. That's emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't you, man. It's a her thing. She has to deal with that on her own time. I got nothing to do with you. I like that. You see a lot of dudes like get mad at the guy. Like, hold on. First of all, did he know? You know, that's the first thing. Did he know? Yeah, because a lot of people be lying, player. People be lying, so you never know. But that's I like that he was able to be like, you know what, my emotions aside, I don't got no problems with the dude because I did something similar.
Yep, he's it was a very, very funny answer that he gave, and after he gave it, I looked up. We wanted to see if he was like putting Baker out for anything. Like I didn't know if Baker had like a public relationship back then that he might still be in, or like you don't want to start anything messy. So we looked it up. Baker, we think, was single at the time, so it's not like this is some business that was being aired out. But very funny way to address it. Just be like, yeah, my girlfriend cheated on me with him. It's whatever, but he's a great quarterback. Like he can spin it.
Is there anybody you'd be okay? Like you found out, you'd be like, you know what? I understand that, man. You know, if that opportunity crossed your desk,
Miley, I would get it. I wouldn't be happy. I would understand though.
I don't know that I have one. Oh, a girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll keep it a bean, Eric. Like if I get cheated on, my girl cheats on me with a girl. Like I'm like, okay, let's talk about this.
Let's explore those emotions.
Let's have a discussion.
You turn into like a very understanding, like
woke,
psychologist at that point.
I'm just saying that they're coming from somewhere, and let's just talk about it. And how can we go through this together?
I just want to nurture you a little bit. I'm gonna nurture these emotions that you're having.
I wouldn't be. I don't know if I would be that upset.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you feel like you couldn't tell me?
Yeah. There's one interesting story because I've been watching the World Cup. We've talked about it a little bit. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, they played last night. They lost to Colombia. They hung in the game for a long time, but they've got one super fan that keeps going viral. And I don't know if you've seen this guy, but he's a dude that stands up and he poses like a statue for the entire game. And he's always wearing like a bright suit. He's always got his hair done really nice. And he's doing a pose that is reminiscent of Patrice Lumumba, the former leader of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And he stands perfectly still in this pose for the entire game and does not move whatsoever. Have you seen this guy?
I have not.
So look him up. Look him up because it actually inspired me to look up the story behind this because I don't know that much about sub-Saharan Africa and the history, especially like after the colonials were getting out of there. I know a little bit about that dude Mabute Sese Seko or whatever. Mm-hmm. I know some of the history there, but I didn't know that much about Patrice Lumumba. So I looked him up, and the guy has kind of a fascinating story. And I don't know if that's the reason why the guy is posing as a statue of the former President Lumumba or what the reason is, but it did make me look it up. So Belgium ran the Congo back in the day. And as Lumumba was growing up, the Congolese people, they did not have any political power. They could not run for office. They were put into forced labor. You could call it slavery. You call it just like very bad racial discrimination at the head, or I guess under the rule of Leopold from Belgium. And
that on the sides, we should absolutely do an episode on him, because I mean, he kind of gets swept under the rug for atrocities. Like when you name cats like Hitler and these figures that have offed millions of people, he may be leading that crop. Actually,
he might be, yeah. And like the whole history of how Africa was divided up by European leaders is kind of crazy. They just basically they had a meeting and they drew lines, like grid lines on a map. And they're like, okay, we're going to take this part, you take that part. We have a foothold here, so that's going to be ours. So Belgium was running the Congo at the time. So Lumumba grew up and he worked as a postal clerk, and he was a voracious reader, and he became very interested in politics and history. And across Africa, there was a growing cry for self-determination. There were a lot of places that were trying to fight for their independence, and he questioned why his country was living under foreign rule from a tiny country that was thousands and thousands of miles away. So in the 1950s, there was a ton of anti-colonial movement that was transpiring in sub-Saharan Africa. And then in Ghana, they were demanding freedom, and Lumumba was the most charismatic voice that emerged in the Congo. So Lumumba, he wanted a Congo that was united. There were a lot of people that were upset with the colonial powers that were kind of fighting for whether it was their ethnic group, whether it was their religion, whether it was their historical tribe that they were trying to gain independence for. Lumumba wanted Congo to be united, the entire country to be united, and wanted to get rid of the Belgian rule. So in 1958, he founded the MNC, the Mouvement National Congolais, or National Congolese Movement. He started giving speeches everywhere. He argued that every Congolese person deserved independence. And as the country followed suit and pressure mounted, Belgium said, we will turn it over to Congo June 30th, 1960. And then on Independence Day, they had a giant rally in the capital city. And King Baudouin of Belgium was there. He praised Belgium and everything that they had done from the colonial side. And then Lumumba stood up. He was not on the docket to speech that day, but he gave like the most famous speech in African history. He talked about the forced labor, the humiliation, the suffering that Congo had endured under the Belgian rule. And the Congolese people started to cheer. The Belgian officials got very, very upset because he was not supposed to speak that day, and they turned on him at that point. And so there was a big kind of like, I don't know if you'd call it a civil war or a Cold War, but what ended up happening was Lumumba became allied with lots of different leaders across the world as he was taking over Congo, and he was seen as being a friendly voice to the Soviets in Africa. And there was also a clash inside the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where you had a president and Lumumba that were clashing with each other. The government became like ineffectual, and that guy that I was telling you about, Mobutu Sese Seko, he seized power and he went after Lumumba. So Lumumba got arrested. The Belgian guards tortured him, like electrocuted him, stabbed him, eventually killed him, buried him in a shallow ditch, tried to not let the story get out about it. They dug up his grave, they cut it up into tiny pieces, and they dissolved it in acid. And then once they were finally caught, the only bit that they had left over to give back, proving that that was his body, was a tooth. That's all that remained of this guy. And so that's the guy that the person is emulating when he stands up for the entire game, which is kind of cool that, like, this is a guy that I didn't know that much about. And then at the World Cup, that dude was standing up. And I was like, I wonder who that guy is.
That's fucking fair. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't watch it like that, and I didn't know the history of this specific historical significance. Just looking it up while you talking, this they call him the dude that's replicating him, Lumumba Via.
Yeah.
And that translates to Lumumba lives. And apparently, the DR players, they refused to travel to the World Cup without him. So the nation's president fully funded his spot, like, as an official team delegation. That's fucking dope.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Wow, what a story.
And this dude, like, the entire game, he does not move. He just stands there in the statue pose.
Like halftime and shit too?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know what he does at halftime.
That's got to be tiring, dog.
Yeah.
I wonder if he prepped for it. Like, did he, you know what I mean? Because, like, just raising your hand for, like, yesterday I was changing the net on my basketball court because my kids broke the net because they, you know, they butter out there shooting. And so I put a new net on. And 5 minutes in, I had to, like, take a rest. My shoulders started getting tired. That is not easy to do. That's some strength.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What a story. What a find. Good on you, man. I enjoyed that. Wow.
Yeah, pretty crazy. That would make a good episode, though, if we dug further into Leopold.
Yeah, I've read a few things on him. I have a book about him. Big asshole. Yeah, big piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can get into it later on with a full episode. That would be fun.
There's another story going on right now in sports that's just starting to get talked about. The balls in baseball.
There's another ball family.
It might have been, the balls might have been switched out. New type of ball might have secretly dropped around early June.
What? So that family ain't not. I remember we talked about on this podcast, that family that puts the dirt on it, that secret dirt.
No, I think they still do that, but also baseball, they own the factories that make, like, Major League Baseball owns all the baseball making factories. But every couple of years, you might see, like, different data coming out about the way the balls are traveling, the spin rates, the distance that they're flying, and the velocity that they're coming off, the drag that's bringing down the balls. And you can tell when baseball makes a change to the ball making process based on across Major League Baseball, since they track all those stats. You can see exactly when that happens. And it looks like in late May or early June, a new batch of baseballs dropped, and these balls are flying off the bat.
Okay.
Absolutely getting smashed. So drag right now is lower than any other year besides 2019, and 2019 was famous for that's when there were just dingers everywhere. That was one of the biggest home run years of all time.
I remember y'all talked about that, yeah.
Yeah. So every year besides then, this one is higher than all the others. The drag is way down. Each ball hit to the outfield is getting about 6 feet more distance than they did at the start of the year. And barrel distance is increased by 10.2 feet. I don't know what that means, but that increased 10.2 feet from April to June, and that's the biggest in-season jump since they started measuring this. So a new type of ball dropped, and that's what we're seeing right now in baseball.
Interesting. And we have, this is confirmed? The MLB confirmed it, or this is just we're speculating off the data?
It is statistically basically confirmed.
Basically confirmed.
Yeah, like it would be the world's biggest coincidence if this all happened. Something happened. Something changed in between May and June.
Nice. All right. Do we like it? Do we not like it? I'm still sort of a newbie to the like I like I liken it to the NFL. The NFL changed the rules in order to satiate the fans' love for the offensive football.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is similar. People do want to see more home runs and more runs and shit like that, right?
Yeah, people love dingers.
Love a dinger.
They want to see home runs. They want to see high scoring games. So yeah, I think this is it's a good thing. Fuck it, it's a good thing.
Fuck it, it's a good thing.
There's a very funny screen cap. I want to say it might have been maybe Ozzy Albies. It was somebody on the Braves that first week of June, the cameras caught him on the sideline next to the dugout, and he was holding up two balls and just staring at them side by side and raising one, lowering the other, because he thought that there was something slightly different about the ball. Turns out he might have been like exactly correct about what he was looking at on those balls.
Does it change the pitch, like pitching? Has that changed?
That's a good question. Like if spin rate is up or if it's down.
Yeah, because I would assume you can if it flies off the bat faster, then it probably has more deviation from any kind of curved pitches you throw. That's just me speculating, but I would assume.
No, you're probably right. I have not seen those stats behind that.
Interesting. All right. We're a little bit of a hard pivot. Where are we at with AlgaeGate? Are you
I mean, we're about to catch Antifa.
Okay. All right. We're hot on the trail.
They set up like an AI sensor station outside the reflecting pool to see anybody that's going in. I don't know. What's the current accusation right now? That somebody is like scuba diving and dumping algae and slicing up the pool?
I have no clue.
I don't know. And then everyone's like, why are people paying attention to this story? I did not give a fuck about the reflecting pool until it became a story, because like he had a whole like thing in the Oval Office where he had a big ass poster board being like, look, the pool's bigger than a building.
Part of me does love the enjoyment of the like, let's say for like the Iran war, right? I don't like that discourse or that banter going back and forth because that has like real life implications. But some of these social issues, I do kind of enjoy the left and the right's banter because I personally do not give a shit. This is one of them where I kind of thoroughly enjoy the back and forth. Like there are some people like that really give a fuck that Trump, quote unquote, fucked up the algae. And there's some people that are defending it, and I'm like, yo, this has got to be some of the stupidest shit. And I enjoyed it. This is one of the ones that we could all laugh at as the enlightened centrists that we are, PFT.
I would agree with that. I don't give a shit like either way. Yeah. But it is very funny how you've got journalists now on both sides that are now covering the reflecting pool. Yes. So you have like there's this one lady that she jogs by the reflecting pool every day. And then she dubbed herself a reflecting pool journalist.
Hell yeah.
And she was talking about how they were putting the sealant down and they were painting it blue and it was going to be beautiful. And President Trump has done a great job, like beautifying this part of our nation's capital. And she was like boots on the ground every day, giving updates to all this. Then you've got people that come out and they're like, oh, this corner, the blue sealant is coming up in this corner. Look, I can lift some of it out. And then you've got other people being like, that guy he's defacing a federal monument by removing the blue sealant. And also somebody carved 8647 into it. And now Antifa has taken over the National Mall in D.C. and we got to stop this. And now you've got National Guard troops that are just like posted up there seeing if anybody puts their hand in the water.
I love it. Yeah, and then you have people in like live correspondence, like, I'm standing here right in front of the algae Bob. And it's like, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is it's a giant pool, and every 10 years there have been algae blooms in it. That has happened before. This time the timing seems pretty suspicious that it happened right after like the biggest renovation that it's ever had. But we're not gonna get a straight story.
I don't know that I've ever looked at some kind of fountain or government monument and been like, it's not really kept up to, EPA standards.
I have.
Really. Which one?
Well, the way that DC is run, it's really, really strange. So the DC City Council doesn't have. There's a lot of parts of DC that are run by the federal government, not necessarily the local DC government.
Okay.
So a lot of parks, a lot of fountains, a lot of monuments that are inside of parks, that's not up to the city. The city is not allowed to maintain those. So year after year, they have to get budget approved from the federal government to get money to either restore them or to turn them on if they're fountains, things like that. And so there have been a lot of times when they've just been completely still and not really looking that great. And there are other times where they're running, where the federal government has funded them, and they turn on and everything looks awesome. It's a beautiful city. So there have been like a lot of fountains that have gotten turned on this year because I think Trump was like, yeah, we need to send the money to D.C. because a lot of these parks look like shit, which he's right about. But that's a federal thing where they've just chosen not to spend money on the city of D.C. in the past. So he's spent a little bit of money on the parks, made some of the fountains look cool, made some of the parks and public spaces look a lot better. But then he's got the hotel magnet's eye, where he's like, that pool should be bluer. It needs to look more like a Florida swimming pool.
Fair enough. I've been to some golf courses where they'll have like streams, and I'll be like, clean that up.
Yeah,
it'd be nice if they clean that up.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Fair enough.
I think Jersey Jerry might come in and join us here in just a little bit as we talk about Mr. Dexter coming up. Have you paid any attention to the Tulsi news?
From very light surface reading, that she came out with a report about Fauci and the gain of function research. I didn't really look into it. But I know that there's a report out there that I guess there's allegations that he I never really dug too much into like what the actual accusation is. So is that what you're referring to?
No. So she released a report, I think as she was leaving office, because she's out of office now, basically saying like Fauci, her implication was that Fauci created the virus and then covered it up.
Oh, wait, hold on. So she's
that people should be arrested.
So she's alleging that he made the virus.
Kind of, yeah. She's implicating him in that, and then she released a lot of documents, and I don't think that any of them actually backed up what she was saying.
Okay.
I think that there were a lot of projects that were done in Wuhan, and I think at the here's what I think she makes her best point on, is that right when the virus came out, and in the first like 6 months afterwards, the federal government was like, yeah, this is a lab leak. My mistake. They said this was from the wet market in Wuhan. It's not a lab leak. Anyone who's saying it's a lab leak is a conspiracy theorist. There's absolutely no reason out there why you should believe that. And that was like way too early to say that, because right now, after everything that's come out, it very well could have been a lab leak. They're not. No one's 100% sure, but They were doing coronavirus studies in that lab, and so it's a very good possibility it could have been a lab leak.
And so there's no evidence to say either way, or
there's no smoking gun either way. But so there were a lot of other documents that she released that she said that they were like, okay, this is going to get Fauci convicted. Guess what? It's not. Fauci's not going to get convicted for anything. There's nothing in there that's a smoking gun. He definitely mismanaged some stuff during COVID. But I don't think that they've got any of the evidence that they say they have that's going to like lock him up for the rest of his life. If they did, they would have done that already.
Didn't he get pardoned by Biden anyway?
He did, but there could be other crimes that they could charge him with.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. This is a completely neutral. I'm coming from a neutral thing because I think a lot of the times, partisan sides. I don't give a fuck if you did something wrong, you should get prosecuted. So they're alleging that he funded research in a lab that eventually created the virus. Do I have that correct? So they're not necessarily saying that he did it for nefarious reasons, because I know when you go further down the rabbit hole, there's a whole bunch of people with the I found out about Bill Gates, right? A lot of people be like, Bill Gates wants population control. When you actually break down his argument, he doesn't want people to die. He wants people to have healthcare, and the data show that if in places with healthcare, and access to any kind of medical facilities, the birth rates drop dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
That's so like there's a little bit of nuance to it. So he doesn't want to kill people. But are they alleging that he created the virus for like population control or something like that? Because like, well, why would you create a virus like this?
I think they're implying that we were studying gain of function research for possibly nefarious reasons to use as a bioweapon or what have you, and that it got out either unintentionally or possibly intentionally, if not by the United States, then by China, who let it out. And then we tried to back away and say we weren't doing any work on it.
Okay.
And I think those are all possibilities that the virus came out either intentionally or unintentionally, possibly by the Chinese government, because they did have like widespread protests going on at the time against them, that they needed to. It would have been advantageous for them to keep people indoors, or it could have happened as an accident, or it could have happened at the seafood market.
That's interesting. So it said, just a little quick read on this. The documents show only that Fauci participated in a February 2020 expert meeting, received a June 21 intelligence briefing, and recommended scientists the IC might consult. Not that he gave orders or altered assessments. An internal CIA email even said the relevant office had no record of Fauci coming to headquarters to discuss COVID origins, contradicting Rand Paul's allegation included in the release. So there's really no smoking gun linking him to the allegations that they are alleging.
No, there's no smoking gun. Okay. And if they had a smoking gun, they would have done something about it.
That's the same with the as I always see in this government. Like if you gonna do it, then do it. Like all this, all the fluff around it just further divides people. Which leads me to believe some of the UFO like if let's say you run in the country, mm-hmm. We have confirmed contact with an extraterrestrial civilization. Do you keep that under wraps to the public?
No.
You immediately say it?
Yeah, probably. I think I would. If it was like confirm, yes.
Yeah.
What about you?
I usually err on the side of transparency. I think in that situation, I'm kind of split. I kind of see both sides. I don't view human beings in a broader sense as rational. I think if I'm talking to you, you can exude rationality. And I feel like even in a group setting, you would, right? But I feel like some people, there's like this herd mentality where it would get hectic really fast. It could, economically, it could throw things. Religiously, it has a lot of implications. Spiritually, there's a lot of different things that can go haywire. I think I would have to think deeply on a way to roll it out to make it a little bit more palatable. But I think just the day after we talk to them via radio waves, I don't know that I'd be like, they're America. I don't know. I would have to think about that. So I guess I'm TBD.
I do think that what we've seen is like a ton of distractions, obviously. And then when she resigned, so the news story that came out about it, this is, to me, maybe the more fascinating one, is her relationship with a cult and a cult leader that she's had her entire life, who might have been instructing her on what to say, what to do, and how to vote for her entire political career, including when she was a Democrat, by the way.
I am fascinated. What is this called? What is this?
Okay. So the guy's name is, I believe it's Chris Butler.
Well, you came with a full clip today, man. Go ahead. No,
I mean, this is fascinating to me. So he founded this, I guess you could call it a church, the Science of Identity Foundation. And he's based in Hawaii. It's a spinoff from Hare Krishna. So, it emphasizes like strict lifestyle rules, vegetarianism, meditation, and he described himself as being the guru. So he was the one person that could tell everybody how to believe in this religion, which some would call that a cult. It's definitely a fringe movement. It's not a mainstream form of Hinduism whatsoever, even though some people have tried to spin it like that, being like, oh, you're just being Hindu-phobic by talking about this guy. No, it is not mainstream Hindu at all. It is very much a spin-off cult-like sect. So she grew up in that church from her family. Her parents were members of the family, and she's been publicly referring to Butler as her spiritual guide or guru for pretty much her entire life. And Butler has talked about her as being like one of his prized pupils. And the report came out just last week that Butler was giving her media guidance, giving her political advice, giving her policy suggestions, even down to some of the words or phrases that she was using when she would do media hits. Those were coming straight from her. She would call him the spiritual mentor, but really more like a cult leader that was telling her what to do and what to say. They got their hands on like all the emails and documents going back and forth between her and him over the last like 20 years. He would absolutely tell her like, here's where your legislative priorities should be when she was in Congress. Here's what you say to the media, and just giving her guidance on everything that she was doing in the public light.
So what prompted her exodus?
If you were conspiracy minded, you might say she knew that this report was about to come out.
So she stepped down on her own accord. It wasn't like,
yeah. And also her family's going through some health stuff too. I believe her husband might have been diagnosed with cancer. So there's some real reasons why she would step away from the job. But it did coincide with this, where she was allegedly getting all of her instruction from a cult leader for most of her public life.
has she had any public, I guess, answered any public questions about this? Has she said, yes, this is happening, no, this ain't happening, yes, but it's not like that?
Yeah, she said that it's not as it's being reported. This is anti-Hindu bigotry. But she has not. She's not denied having this guy as a spiritual teacher and a leader.
And what do we know about him?
Not a lot. Seems like he has developed a cult of personality around himself. Seems like a guy that I would not feel comfortable if like a family member of mine was devoted to him.
Interesting. Well, something to keep an eye on, though.
And so this
comes out with the Fauci report, and then it comes out about she may or may not be linked to a cult leader. And then
a lot of
I'm out.
A lot of the stuff in the report goes back to like even 2016 when she was running as a Democrat, and like when she would go after Hillary, there's people saying that he was telling her to attack Hillary and to align herself with Bernie at the moment. So there's a lot of stuff, not just on the Republican side and on, because right now she was serving as director of national intelligence, which that'd be pretty bad if she had like a spiritual advisor instructing her on what to do as director of national intelligence. But it goes back also to when she was a Democrat and when she was running for president as a Democrat too.
Interesting. So there was a Washington Post report about it?
Yep.
And allegedly he's been like since the 70s wanting like some kind of political hold in some way.
Yep.
And then they're saying like this is kind of was his way in.
Yep.
I wonder if they had a falling out.
They might have. That'd be something interesting to follow up on. Like maybe he leaked this.
Right.
To like get back at her for something.
Huh. Look at you with your you got a pulse on a lot of things here, man.
Oh, Tulsi. She's also gorgeous. I just
mean,
want to say that for the record.
I just keep it a bean, dog.
Yeah.
That little gray hair streak.
Yeah.
That Rogue, that
Yep.
X-Men Rogue shit.
Yep.
That shit got me.
Mm-hmm.
Got me in a chokehold, brother.
You guys don't like Tulsi?
No, not necessarily. But I also didn't know until recently that she stepped down from her position in the cabinet.
Yep.
I feel like that went under the radar.
A little bit.
More so than like Pam Bondi and Dog Killer.
Yep. That one was bigger
Kristi
news, I
Noem.
think.
And Dan Bongino.
Yeah, what's old Danny up to these days?
He's back podcasting.
That's good.
He's back in our industry where he should be.
That's good.
That's good.
Is he going to get to the bottom of investigations now?
Oh, I'm sure.
Now that he's no longer working for the FBI?
Yeah,
He's free to
I'm
investigate?
Let's see. He was at the White House fights. I know that. He's live on Rumble.
All right. What else we got to get into today?
I know there's like a big rift between Netanyahu and Trump right now.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently Netanyahu's getting a little willy-nilly with his trigger finger, and Trump is not happy about it. And I think even the deal that is on the table or in the works, I should say, Netanyahu has said that it's not like binding for us. So like it doesn't necessarily have any implications for Israel.
Right. And so Israel is upset with that.
Mm-hmm. And Trump is upset with Israel, or Netanyahu, I should say.
Yeah, because he thinks that Netanyahu is like bombing Lebanon.
Yeah. Yep.
And screwing
Beirut.
up the peace deal. Yeah.
Yep. And Beirut, and he said, I guess like reported quotes, is like he called him fucking crazy, and you'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everybody hates you now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hates Israel because of this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a good chance he might be in prison.
I don't disagree. There is a
like in his own country, they like he's got legal issues in Israel.
Yeah. Yep. Even before October 7th, and I think that's probably what prompted the harshness of the retaliation. And it has been one unifying factor for the hard right and the hard left.
Yeah.
Is that both are very anti-Israel, not anti-Semitic, anti-Israel,
Mm-hmm.
or just anti-Zionist in general. Yeah, interesting developing story right there. See where that goes as well.
Yeah. Mad Dog McKenzie, what are you guys heated up about right now?
Ooh.
Not much.
Ooh. I feel like you've got Love Island stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm game. You know it. I saw the tweet that said there are two kinds of Love Island watchers. There are Love Island watchers who are all into it and just like talk shit, and as soon as it's done, it's all good. And then there are people who like become like fans of the individual people, and it gets really fucking toxic. That is, in my opinion, has been the case. Like when you see the online banter about it, it's been like, because like I'll talk shit like with my family and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like I wish everybody well. Like I don't really have a side, you know what I'm saying? There's very small clips of people that we know. It's just entertainment. For me, at the end of the day, I would never go on a public platform and be like, that bitch is crazy. I would never do no shit like that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is like a growing like personality fandom of this show that gets very, very weird, dog. Like very weird. And you also gotta keep in mind they're kids, man. They're young 20-year-olds that don't know shit about shit. You know, they're just exploring themselves, don't even know who they are yet, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't imagine being in that position, knowing the world is watching, like the Major League Baseball, the official account for Major League Baseball.
Oh yeah, posted the
splits tweeted
video.
something about Love Island about a bunch of people on first base doing the splits, and said Kinsey be like, yo, that's great. That's wild. That's wild.
What's crazy to me is like they don't even know what's going on because it's happening right now. So she's gonna come out and see that. Like that's the craziest part to me.
It is so Truman Show-esque when you think about that they just have no access to what's going on outside and how people are reacting to them. Like I don't know who the villain is or if there is a villain this season, but like
all of them.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like the public perception, I feel as an outsider this season is that it's not very good. Or not good, but it's too much making out and not enough like talking or
I'll be honest, like, the challenges have been I'm
Sexual?
I'm a very free thinking guy. I'm a very liberal guy. Very like do whatever you feel makes you happy. I be watching some of this, I'm like, shit kind of feeling like Sodom and Gomorrah, dog. Like anything goes type shit. It gets very weird, dog. Like,
It's
I'm a little uncomfortable watching the challenges, and that says a lot. I watch porn. And I be looking at some of these challenges like, hey, yo, man, like there gotta be some kind of regulations, dog.
It's
crazy. Y'all gotta tone this down.
I had to skip one of them because I was like so uncomfortable. I was like, this is one, like sometimes they're disgusting.
Dog.
Just like generally. And then when they're making out so much, I'm like, I have to skip. Like I can't watch this.
100%. I've skipped 2 challenges. And I will say this season there hasn't been the most nasty one I've ever seen is when they'll like get like food or liquid and they'll transfer it all the way down the line in everybody's mouth. And I'm like, how the fuck could you possibly participate in that? Hell
Disgusting.
No.
Disgusting.
Like last night's challenge, they was licking feet and shit. I was like, bro.
That's the one I turned off. I literally was like, this is repulsive.
It's getting weird. It's getting weird.
It's like heavy on that this year, which I don't love.
Yeah. I love the gossip and the you know what I'm saying, the culture of Love Island. But the challenge part, they need to take a hard look in the mirror and be like, listen, we're entering an area where it's getting indefensible. Like, I don't want to watch that, dog. I don't want to watch people's feet being licked, passing spaghetti in each other's mouths, and wow, dog. The other thing is like, I could just imagine if I'm there. Like so when the dudes went to Casa Amor, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every girl comes and dances on a guy, kisses on a guy, dances on the next guy, kisses on him, dances on him, and I'm like, ugh. What? I would not want to kiss somebody after she kissed 3 dudes.
And they don't know. They just met.
I'm kissing a stranger intimately. That shit is
on TV.
Yeah, again. Hey, do whatever makes you happy, but it's getting weird.
Yeah, that one. And like the outfits they make them like wear for the dancing is just like
dudes in some Speedos and shoulder pads.
It's so silly, but like people watch it.
Yeah, it is a very successful show. Like everybody is locked in. It is very successful.
I got a dumb question. Does anybody win?
Yeah.
How do you win?
You remain a couple. So like how it usually happens is like there's a couple, you couple up, and depending on the behaviors of each person in that couple, America either falls in love with you or not falls in love with you, and if you're not in a couple and you choose to split or somebody goes with somebody else, you become vulnerable and you can leave the island. And so it'll boil down to have like 4 or 5 couples at the end. And then America usually votes who their favorite couple is. And it's usually ones with the least amount of drama. And that's the thing about this season is, to me, from my standpoint, the ones with the least amount of drama are the least compatible. So it doesn't feel like there's like real chemistry there. Again, this is just me just watching. I don't fucking know them, but that's just what it feels like. And the people with the most chemistry have the most drama, and that's the most entertaining. So like, if I had to vote right now, Kenzie, I would vote for Sincere and Melanie. The reason being, I feel like they like each other the most.
Yes, but I hate Sincere.
Oh, Sincere's the worst, dog.
Awful guy.
Wait, Sincere's a boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole time I thought Sincere was a girl.
He's just so like, he's just not upfront. Like, no, I think he would win America if he was just like, if Sincere moved like KC, and KC is just honest. He's like, I'm going to explore. I'm going to do this. So you could be mad at his moves, but you can't be mad at his like intentions. He's telling you what he's going to do. But Sincere keeps saying, I want to stay here. It's all I want to do.
Yeah.
And then goes somebody else like, I want to be here. This is what I want to do. It's like, my guy, like, you got to pick a lane.
Yeah, it is. It's so funny. It's so funny. But yeah, it just is based off of like who America votes as like the couple.
Yeah. And I think the winner they split $100,000.
Yeah, they get money.
Yeah. Which I think at the end, like, as popular as the show is, I think Netflix can up that. I'm sorry, Peacock can up that prize money a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, surviving Barstool's $250 for sure.
Yeah, they definitely
could
give
more
absolutely.
money.
They need Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. I also feel like at that point, though, the winning couple, from what I've known, one is never usually the main couple that people are like obsessed with, and it's also like $100,000 by the time those people get out of the villa is like chump change. Like they are the biggest billboards that companies want to get attached to.
Yeah, they start being social media influencers at that point.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think somebody gained like 3 million followers or something like that.
Yeah,
and
when
I'm
they
like,
come out.
that's social cachet right there. That's what people dream about. So the pool. That's why I want a season of Love Island with a little bit of older people. I'm not saying that they're gonna be way more emotionally mature, but I think it'll be a little bit more palatable because they'll have a little bit more experience on their side, like 30 plus, maybe even 40. Like I would watch that. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. And they're probably going on to get social media following, but like not as much as the young people are, obviously.
Yeah, the young people are, because that's their whole lives. I mean, they grew up, they never saw a world in which social media wasn't a thing. You are directly attached to your social media profile. So younger cats are like, this is how I get on. Whereas like us, like I have an Instagram, but like I don't even post shit on that shit. You know, I'll check it for a couple accounts every now and then, but I'm just not into it. Like I don't care. But younger people, that's kind of your social currency, which that's all they grew up around. Like that's all they know. Anywho, that's the Love Island recap.
Oh, you know what I'm heated up about right now?
What's
PFT?
that?
Is the fact that Kadik and Dana got to see Taylor Swift perform at Tight End U and we didn't.
Oh yeah, they're big Swifties.
That was crazy. Kadik posted a video of it this morning, and I literally was like, I cannot believe you are there and watching this with your own eyes.
What'd she sing?
Love Story.
Oh, she did?
And then held up her ring.
Oh man.
Everybody
pulled
knows
out her
that
ring
one.
and said, and she held up her engagement ring.
Oh God.
I know, guys.
Did she have like her whole band there?
No, it was her with Lainey Wilson.
She just like pops out with other people.
Yeah.
When they're performing.
Damn. Could have been you.
Could have been.
Fasoli
you.
was there.
What?
Yeah, he's filming them.
Oh, damn.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That makes it so much
I'm
worse.
assuming he was at the concert. I know he's there like working, but.
That's pretty awesome. We went to Tight End U a couple years ago. It's a lot of fun. Just hanging out there. We were there for like 2 days, I think. It's a good time.
Yeah, but it was with Lainey Wilson, who is Duck Hodges' wife, I believe.
I did not know that about Duck.
Or Devlin?
Yeah.
Is it Devlin Hodges? Yeah, I'm 99% sure.
Ah, good for Duck.
Yeah, he's married to Lainey Wilson.
Duck's the man.
So they're married. So I think that's probably why Lainey Wilson was there.
Yeah.
It's because probably Devlin, or which is it, Devlin or Duck?
His name's Devlin, but he goes by Duck.
Okay. I'm sure he was doing something there, and so then Lainey Wilson was there, and then obviously Taylor Swift was there. Possibly her last performance.
What do you mean?
Before marriage.
Oh, before she's actually married. When is that wedding going to happen?
I wish I knew.
There's no one has any inside info about that?
No. I keep hearing whispers of July 3rd.
Okay, why do we think July 3rd?
That's what people are saying, is that
on Friday?
I know. So true, Mackenzie.
Which I love personally, but I mean Taylor Swift
getting a Friday wedding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really have no intel. I did hear that their bachelorette and bachelor parties were this past weekend. Again, these are just things these are whispers. But I have a really bad feeling that we will not see anything about the wedding, probably ever, which makes me really sad. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's like a Vogue spread or something. But
do you think if she gets married on a Friday, we're going to see like Friday weddings become the new main thing?
I mean, they already kind of are, but yes, she will that, and then if she gets married at MSG, stadium weddings are the new
stadium
thing.
Wedding. Every girl's going to grow up wanting a stadium wedding.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to get married at the Q someday.
What do you think the worst arena to get married at would be?
Oh gosh.
In all the sports.
Yeah. I mean, no offense. Maybe the Bears Future Stadium in Hammond.
Yeah, the Hammond Bears Stadium.
Yeah, Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah, I could see that being not the most romantic of venues.
What's like a bad? Oh, again, no offense, PFT, FedEx Field.
Yeah, I was going to say FedEx Field is probably close to the top, if not at the top.
Yeah. I mean, you might just have it collapse upon you.
FedEx Field would be bad. Yeah, the plumbing situation wouldn't be great there. Nana might get a little unexpected shower in the suite. Mm-hmm. That would be tough. I mean, Tampa in the summertime, that would be tough. An outdoor stadium down there.
Yeah, just hot.
Just hot and sweaty.
I don't really know what are like really bad stadiums. Like I know people complain about Memphis, but like is Memphis a bad stadium?
You know, I'm not sure about like the inside of the stadium. I don't really know that much. Now, what about getting married at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid?
That's something you would do
at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, at the pinnacle of the pyramid. That would be kind of cool.
You wouldn't want a hockey.
No, chili.
No, not in a barn.
And just.
Is that what they call those?
They call them barns. Yeah, it's the barn.
I thought that was just a Chicago thing.
I would probably the Oakland Coliseum would be a tough place.
That's a tough one
to get married. Yeah, don't really keep it up anymore.
I'm trying to think like
Dodger Stadium, just because parking there would suck.
I'm trying to think of like bad stadiums.
We've gotten rid of most of the classic bad stadiums. We're moving on. Okay, most places have gotten their shit together and rebuilt them.
Right, like all of the Cleveland ones are pretty. I mean, again, the Browns are in flux, but like people have their proms at Browns Stadium, so I feel like that's a good place.
Wait, the Browns Stadium, they do prom?
Yeah.
Outdoors?
I believe you do. I didn't get to go to the prom that hosts it there, but they do like pictures out in the stands, and then I believe there's like a convention ballroom type space in there, and that's where the actual prom is. Not like on the field.
But you do get to go out and see the field during prom.
Yeah.
To get a picture taken.
Yeah.
Is there tailgating?
I don't think so.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, you're in the
I guess
you're
you
in the
can't
Muni lot.
drink.
Yeah, you're in the Muni lot before prom.
Yeah. Are you
No.
And then you go in. Do you like walk through the dog pound at all?
I don't know. I think though it's like I'm sure it's some sort of back elevator that they take you up that leads you into the private area because it's in obviously like May or something, so it's not like there's any games. But yeah, no, one of the all boys schools in Cleveland does do prom there. So I wonder if they'll do it at the Dome.
Would you want to get married at the 49ers stadium next to the substation?
Ooh. Do you think that substation is really loud?
Bad energy? It might have some like, you know, the sound that an ultraviolet light makes sometimes in an office. You might just get a small little buzz.
A buzz. I saw a TikTok today of I don't know the difference like in terms of power output between like a substation and a data center, but a guy posted a TikTok that he lives next to a data center and he has one of the like noise machines that you can detect decibels, and it was like 60 decibels from the across the street at his own house. The data center was.
That sounds pretty loud.
Yeah, it was loud in the TikTok. Like you could fully hear just buzzing is even the wrong word. Just a constant loud hum.
Just background radiation.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah.
Arian, I saw that Houston is thinking about getting a hockey team. Have you heard about that?
I heard about it, but I haven't been. You know, I don't have my ear to the streets like that. And I'm also not a big hockey fan. Not that I don't like hockey. It's just like I've never really been into it like that. That's when is hockey season? Because it's hot here right now. I don't even know that a dome could keep that shit cold.
It's
hockey?
October.
It just ended.
Who won?
This year it was the Golden Knights lost again to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Okay.
So Carolina, Southern State. Southern teams are good at hockey now. Florida's been really good. The Lightning's been really good in Tampa. It's become like, I mean, the Golden Knights are in the Stanley Cup. It feels like almost every year. So hot weather teams are doing good at hockey now. So Houston, it's down to Houston and Austin is what I saw.
Really?
Yeah. Now Austin.
That's really cool.
I'll say this about Austin. They used to have a minor league hockey team, and I believe the Austin team folded the year before I moved there. But then they got another one that was like kind of up north of town in a suburb. But their downtown team used to be called the Austin Ice Bats.
Oh, that's fun.
And they had the most kick-ass jerseys that you've ever seen. It was like straight out of the 1980s, 1990s, purple, like neon purple, black with like bats and shit hanging upside down.
Mm-hmm.
If the NHL gives the team to Austin, it should be the ice bats. In all fairness,
that'd be sick.
Bring the ice bats back.
Fair enough.
But do you think if Austin is getting their first major sports franchise, it should be hockey?
No, but they have they've got a Major League Soccer team.
Sorry.
So real
of the Big Four.
Real Major League sport.
Like a Big Four team.
Yeah, I think so, because if you're going to go baseball, they've got the Rangers and they've got the Astros already to compete with. If you're going to go football, they've got the Cowboys and the Texans, and I don't think the Cowboys would ever let Austin.
A third.
Yeah, because then Austin would they would get the San Antonio market, and that's a big city. There's a lot of people in San Antonio, and San
big
Antonio, yes, very physically big. They already love the Cowboys.
Okay.
So Jerry would not want Austin to get a football team. So yeah, when you look at those two, and then basketball, I don't think that Austin could support a professional basketball team, because you've got the Spurs too, and then the Rockets and the Mavericks.
Yeah, I guess there is a lot of teams close enough by.
Yeah, so with hockey, they've only got
the Stars.
They've got the Stars, and that's about it.
Dallas, Houston. Yeah, Houston is a hockey. Oh, I guess that makes sense when you break it down like that.
Look up the Ice Bats logo, though. It's great. It's a pissed off bat holding a hockey stick with gloves on its claws.
That's very
cute.
1994 vibes.
Yeah, bring back the Ice Bats. All right, you want to get into the story of the luckiest businessman ever?
Let's do it.
Timmy Dexter. Old Timmy Dexter. Get ready for this one. This is a real person, by the way, who existed. Tim Dexter was born in 1747 in Malden, Massachusetts. He was born to a modest Irish family, did not have a lot of money growing up. He got very little schooling. He was not well read. And in fact, he got such little schooling that when he was 8, he left to go be an indentured servant on a farm. And then at 14, he was like, I'm going to just start my apprenticeship right now. I'm going to move to Charlestown, which would then go on to be known for bank robbers, home of R.A. Shout out R.A. So he moved to Charlestown to get a job in a tannery, figuring out how to dress leather to make gloves out of all that. Pretty wild, though, that when you were 8, you could be like, hey, I don't think school's for me. I'm going to go be an indentured servant, Mom and Dad. And they're like, good luck. Yeah, that suits you. You have our blessing. So he goes to work with leather. And as he's working with leather, he gets a goodbye package after he graduates from his apprenticeship. And then he sold all that stuff for $8. And then he moved in 1767 to Newburyport, and that was like a coastal town where they had shipbuilding. All these Massachusetts towns, they just kind of blend together for me. Newburyport is where he moved, and then he set up his own leather goods shop there, right? So he's working in the basement of a house, and the lady that lives upstairs is a widow named Elizabeth Frothingham. And you know what he does with this lady, this older lady, widow, who lives upstairs? They start hooking up. So maybe get a little bit of free rent. He's got a shop set up in the basement. She walks down every now and again. She's like, do you make any leather masks? Do you have any leather ropes? He's like, I'll make you whatever you want, baby. And then they start hooking up. She was 9 years older than him. She's a mother of 4. And they eventually got married. And they had babies, and they were very, very happy together for a little bit. Now, the most important part about this is that old Timmy Dexter, he wasn't just hooking up with her because she was a lady upstairs that he could get free rent out of. She was also pretty wealthy. So she was a widow, and she had inherited a lot of money from her husband after he passed away. And so Timothy Dexter got himself written into her will. So when she passed away, he had some money that was eventually going to come his way, But he also got some money from her as they got married because she had more than he did. So then the Revolutionary War happened, and Timothy Dexter saved several $1,000s by working in his leather shop. And then what he used that $7,000 or the several $1,000s for was he bought a shitload of continental currency. So continental currency was like the U.S. dollar that we made during the Revolutionary War to kind of like free ourselves from the British money. And it eventually it was pretty worthless. It was actually like literally worth less than the paper that it was printed on because it was just kind of like a brand new form of money that we just said we invented. And so nobody really ascribed any wealth or money to it whatsoever. So he bought as much of this stuff as he possibly could, thinking to himself, like, it can't be worth any less than it is right now. So maybe if it ever goes up, I'll just have all the continental dollars. And he got that idea from John Hancock. John Hancock was also trying to buy up as much continental money as possible. So
he has the most famous name that I know nothing about, really.
John Hancock?
Yeah, I don't really know much about him.
A big signature.
The D, it's like, that's it. You put your John Hancock on something.
I think he had the big signature because he was appointed maybe by the king, or he was appointed by the person who oversaw the colonies. And so he wanted his name to be large enough for that person to read when they read the document, where it's like, oh, my boy turned against me, John Hancock. You think did he sign first, do you think? Or do you think he signed last?
I thought he didn't sign it first.
So everyone else signed small.
He just signed it bigger.
Yeah, but if he signed first, then he just signed what he thought was normal, and everybody else was like, I better not sign that big.
They're saying they signed it. So you're saying he signed it last then?
I don't know. We should look that up.
Yeah, let's fact check that. I thought his name was infamous because he signed it first, but
it says John Hancock was the very first person to sign the Declaration of Independence.
So he signed first, and he was like, "Hey, nobody else signed as big as me." Do you think
that's also interesting that nobody else was like, "Well, why is his shit so big?"
Yeah. Like, did he tell them not to do it, or did everybody else? They were like, "I don't really want to put my name out there like that." Anyways, John Hancock, he bought a shitload of money of this continental currency too. And Timothy Dexter was like, "Yeah, it seems like a good idea. I'm gonna use my life savings to buy a bunch of those." And then it was nearly worthless during the war because of wartime inflation. But then after the war, Alexander Hamilton was in charge of coming up with a financial plan for the country, and he said that every continental dollar was going to be redeemed for the price that's on it. So he went from being relatively poor, Timothy Dexter, to having one of the biggest fortunes in the entire United States, just because he had bought all this worthless shit that ended up becoming super, super valuable. So he was so wealthy, he bought a huge mansion on State Street, and he built 2 brand new ships, the Mahitabel and the Congress. And then from there, he went on to become a merchant at sea who made money in some of the luckiest ways possible. Forget about like how he got his initial wealth, which was like buying stuff that was worth $0. And then overnight, because of Hamilton, he became like a multimillionaire. So he built these ships, and he would go on like a series of adventures across the ocean with these ships, making money in every port that he stopped in. So
that shit was just like an accident.
Yeah, no, his whole life is kind of an accident. I'm dead serious. So he made this money. He bought this house. His house was like the most nouveau riche house that there was. Everyone thought that it was like really tasteless and nobody liked it. He had a bunch of just paintings, big ass paintings on the wall that he liked because the colors were brighter than any other paintings that he saw. No one really like respected him as being like a wealthy, powerful man, but he found his way into money, and then he kept doubling and doubling and doubling his money time after time, and people would try to fuck with him too to try to get him to lose his money. So rival traders, they knew that he had the ships. They knew that he had all this money. So they said, you know what you should do? We've got all these warming pans here in the United States. You should ship these down to the West Indies. So warming pan, it's a metal pan that has a long handle on it that they use to warm beds before you climb into them on cold nights. So it's pretty. They used to be pretty popular up in the Northeast and the northern states, and they convinced him to ship a fuckload of these things down to the Caribbean, where it's hot all the time. So he ships all these down, and then they arrive in the West Indies, and it turns out that everyone that lives there finds a new use for them, to use the pans as ladles for separating molasses and sugar, and they're perfect for the job. So he makes a fuckload of money shipping these warming bed pans to the West Indies. Then the other traders were like, hey, you should ship a lot of mittens down there too. They keep trying to like fuck with him harder. So he gets a giant ship filled with woolen mittens from the Northeast, loads it up, ships it down to the Indies, and then it turns out that a lot of the other traders down there are from Asia, and they want to sell these mittens back home. So the traders that are about to leave and depart back to Asia, they buy all of his mittens from him, and they take him back to Asia, and he makes an absolute killing on that. And then maybe the most famous of all of them, and this one was kind of crazy. They said, you know what you should do? You've had so much luck as a shipping magnate. You should sell coal to Newcastle, England. And Newcastle, England was the biggest mining town in the entire world at the time. So like that'd be like saying you should get a bunch of coal and take it to West Virginia and Kentucky, and you should sell it there. Or yeah, why don't you take a bunch of meth to Florida? You know, like if there's one thing that Newcastle had, it was a shitload of coal. So he loaded up a ship with coal, and he sailed it across the Atlantic Ocean. And just as he arrived in Newcastle, England, the biggest coal-producing town in the entire world, there was a coal miner strike, and nobody had any coal. And so he sold all of his coal, got paid a shitload of money for it, pretty much a billionaire at the time. Came back, turned his house into like a homage to himself, pretty much a shrine to himself and his own genius. He made a giant statue of himself that he built at his house, and on the statue he carved, "I am first in the East, first in the West, and the greatest philosopher in the Western world." And he gave himself the title of Lord Timothy Dexter.
Yes.
And at one point, his life was getting his home life was getting a little bit crazy. So he and the old lady had 2 kids, and things weren't going so well for him. And so he decided that he would fake his own death. So he made a tomb for himself. He bought a huge mahogany coffin. He lined it. He decorated it, and he staged a funeral for himself. It was a funeral, and he let the town know that he died. Thousands of people came to his funeral. Everybody was wearing black. Everybody was sad. Everyone was crying. There was a eulogy. They lifted the coffin that he was in to the tomb, but he actually wasn't in the coffin. He was like hiding in the ceiling, watching the entire thing happen. And he was watching around the room to see like who was actually sad, who's crying, how are they acting at my funeral.
Let me audit the loved ones in my life. Let me see if you motherfuckers really. Yeah, I like that shit.
And what made him like jump out and say, "Hey, I'm not actually dead," was he was watching his wife, and his wife wasn't crying, and she didn't look that sad. And so he jumped out, and then he started beating her with a cane because she wasn't crying enough. Be like,
how
you
is this
bitch.
not a movie? This is not a movie. How is this not a movie?
Yeah, he decided like, okay, you're not sad enough for me, so I'm gonna fuck you up. So he came out and then
not laughing at domestic abuse, by the way. It's just this is insanity, dog.
Yep, yeah, and then he wrote a book, in 1802, and in his book it was kind of like a combination of a manifesto and autobiography, and also just like complaining about shit that grinds his gears and stuff that he doesn't like. And nobody really liked it that much because he didn't use punctuation. So there were no periods or no commas. He didn't have any. It was just like he didn't have anybody edit it. It was like Cormac McCarthy. He didn't have any like sort of punctuation whatsoever. Everybody made fun of it. The reviewers hate it, and he took that personally too. He's like, "You don't like my book? Okay, I'm gonna release a second edition of my book." So he released a second edition, and really the only change was there at the start. There was an entire page that was nothing but commas, periods, exclamation points, question marks, and it said that readers can put these wherever you think that they're appropriate.
That is fire.
Yeah.
I
listen, everything about the guy except beating his wife because she's upset. She's not upset enough at his fake death.
Yeah, that was a little overboard for me. But everything else is fucking hilarious and low key brilliant. Like, you don't like my book? Go ahead and pepper and salt these as you please. Do you think?
Pepper. That's what he said. Pepper and salt these. And you can make your own book with my punctuation if you want. So at his house he had statues with 40 wooden. Yeah, he had 40 wooden statues in his garden. George Washington was one of them. Thomas Jefferson, and on the Thomas Jefferson one, he's holding a copy of the Declaration of Independence. And Dexter, when the person was building that statue, was like, "Hey, just on the inscription, say that it's Thomas Jefferson holding a copy of the Constitution." And the artist was like, "No, because it clearly says Declaration of Independence on it." He's like, "Fuck you. It's labeled as a Constitution. I'm going to tell you how to do things. It's a Constitution." So the artist was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll do that." He had statues of John Adams, Napoleon, Adam and Eve, and then, of course, the one that was himself, where he referred to himself as first in the East, first in the West, and the greatest philosopher in the entire history of the Western world. He was also probably hammered most of the time. He would refer to his wife as being a ghost. So he would also tell people that his wife was dead, even though she wasn't. She was just kind of like up doing her own thing in the house. And he'd be like, "No, that's the ghost. She's dead." So he died in October of 1806. He was only 59 years old. His obituary remembered him as being truly ridiculous, with intellectual endowments not being of the most exalted stamp. He left a lot of money for the poor people of Newburyport, with some money for them to, like an interest account for them to make money off of. The statues were damaged in 1815 and sold at an auction for pennies. And then his house lasted until 1988. I believe it was burned accidentally in a storm in 1988. But he's become known as being like the case in point for like a lucky fool, for someone that's got good luck. In fact, like saying that somebody could carry coal to Newcastle has become a common phrase.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy was a legend. I do think they should make a movie out of this guy's life.
This is gold. I mean, he said in his book, "A pickle for the knowing ones."
Yep.
He like gave himself a bunch of honorary positions, and one of them, and the spelling is what makes this comedy. One of them was the first lord in the United States of Americrae. So it's spelled United States is YOUNITED, states of AMERCARY.
Yeah. Yeah, wrote an entire book No editing, just spelled things out the way that they sounded to himself. I do want to get my hands on that book. I would like to read it, I think.
I would like to read that book too.
He also, one of the other things he made money on was there were a ton of stray cats in Newburyport. And so he just rounded up all the stray cats and put them on the ship and then took them down to the West Indies too. After they had bought like the heating bedpans and the mittens. And they're like, yeah, we actually need cats to help with our pest problem down here. So we ended up selling all the stray cats from Newburyport. Massachusetts cats were taken down to the Caribbean and made a ton of money off that too.
Which makes me think, dog. So Jay-Z has a famous line, right? It's kind of just like what he said, right? He said, I'll sell water to a whale, right?
Yep.
It's a hustler mentality, right? He might have been one of the first really known like hustlers in human history to where he could convince you that you need this product that he has more than you actually need it. It might not be luck. It might just be him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of coincidences, dog. That's a lot.
For him to be able to pull all these off, yeah.
Yeah, so I could picture him like sitting there like, no, let me tell you why you need these cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe him understanding the landscape is like, how can I frame it to where they actually do need these cats?
Yeah, sell me this pen. That type of thing.
100%. Sell me this pen. Yeah. Another little obscure fact is he hired a poet laureate named Jonathan Plummer, and this is like one of the first known like hype men. So he would pay him to like write a whole bunch of dope shit about him, just to kind of grow his brand.
It's like putting the newspapers.
Facts. Yeah.
That's awesome. He had like a one-man PR team.
Yep.
You could get away with a lot more shit like that back in the day, because nobody there was like one source of media in every town.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to read the news from another town, you'd have to like get somebody to buy a newspaper there and then take a horse to you for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then you could like read the stories that are going on in New York. And there were like 6 authors that would tell everybody what was happening in New York.
Yep.
Crazy.
What a story.
Old Timmy D. Good for you, Lord Timothy Dexter. Also, that's the other thing is there was no such thing as a lord back then. He just he started calling himself a lord. And then everybody was like, okay, I guess he's not.
What does that actually mean? What does a lord mean? Like, I don't know enough about the.
I mean, it goes back to like feudal times when a lord would be in charge of like I don't know what you'd call it, a fiefdom, or like a plot of land, a property. It's like a small village that was run by one lord that was in charge of everything, that lived in the castle.
Yeah,
and everyone else kind of like served him.
Okay, yeah, because you always hear it in the movies, like Game of Thrones era set.
Yeah,
everybody's like, my lord, your grace.
Yeah,
so, like, I figure your grace just means like your excellency, but I don't know.
Yeah,
but don't they like? Because there's a lord and then there's a knight, right? When they knight you, like they put the sword on you. Is that just like a top tier soldier?
That's when you become a knight. When you're knighted by the king. For like, I don't know. They give out like Order of the British Empire knighthoods to everybody now.
I was gonna say like Scott Disick from the Kardashians is Lord Disick.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, that's his whole thing.
Lord Disick.
It
says the primary difference is that a lord is a ruler who owns land and holds administrative and judicial power over it, while a knight is a specialized mounted warrior who is typically subservient to a lord. Lords outrank knights.
Okay.
And lords were historically the ones who employed the equipped knights.
So the knights, they are in charge of defending a lord or a lord's property.
Yes.
Okay.
They're like the employee of the lord.
Got it.
Ask Gemini, how can I become a lord? And becoming a lord depends on whether you want a legitimate hereditary / political peerage, a recognized novelty title, or to legally change your name. The fastest and most affordable way is to buy a novelty Scottish land title, which allows you to use Lord or Lady of the Glen.
Ooh, okay.
So some land in Scotland.
So how do you become a lady? Can anyone become a lady?
Yes.
Really?
Technically.
To become a lady is all about developing grace, emotion. Okay, I assume this is not about
That sounds like a different answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just said Scott Disick purchased a royal title online and underwent a traditional knighting ceremony in London. But he like did it for the show. Like it was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
You can just buy it?
I guess so.
I think
It's
it's the
like
same
being like
thing.
an
It's
officiant.
if you own
Yeah.
you can own land in that specific region, or you can marry into that land. So like if I buy land and I'm a lord and I marry somebody, she's a lady.
Yeah, so this says it is not an official British peerage title. Only the reigning British monarch can grant a legal hereditary peerage. I think that's the word.
Okay.
It's a novelty title.
But so it's lost all meaning by now.
He purchased a tiny plot of land that grants him the honorary title.
Marrying a lord, baronet, or knight will generally grant you the courtesy of title of the lady.
One day.
And does anybody know the symbolism behind being tapped on the shoulder with a sword?
No.
Yeah, I don't know that either. I wonder how many people have been like
Knighted?
or how many people have been executed during what they thought was going to be getting knighted.
Yeah.
Like take a knee and
they
here's
didn't
my
know
sword.
the difference.
Yeah. It says on here, the accolade of the sword tap is historically a call to duty. It represents the binding of the recipient to the crown or state, the casting off of one old's life, and the dedication to defending the weak, vulnerable, and just.
Okay.
The oath of office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there an equivalent in the United States of that?
Medal of Honor?
Yeah.
But you would have to be knighted before that, right?
Before getting a Medal of Honor?
Yeah, because like
that's
isn't
a
a
different
knight saying
country.
that you are going to protect? Or is it that you protected in
oh.
that
Medal of Honor usually is that you
You
have
did-
protected.
you did the duty?
Yeah.
Purple
But
heart.
Purple
Isn't
Heart,
an-
yeah.
Isn't a knight saying that you about to do the duty? I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, or you're
Interesting.
hired to do the duty.
So the equivalent would be just, is there some like oath people in the military take, or some kind of like pledge of allegiance kind of thing? Like I solemnly swear to to protect this land,
there is the
foreign
Pledge
and
of Allegiance,
domestic or
but-
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is that called?
Oath of service, maybe?
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you can get Order of the British Empire if you like write one good song now.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like who does the leader of England want to meet?
Mhm.
Like who will impress their kids?
I was gonna say, are their grandkids or something?
Yeah, I want to be cool for my grandkids, so I'm gonna invite somebody to come by
It'd be dope if they
Buckingham
were like
Palace.
Baltimore Ravens fans and Lamar Jackson gets to be knighted.
Yeah, knighted, Sir Lamar.
Yes, the
Man-
United States Armed Forces have distinct oaths of service divided into two categories: oath of enlistment for enlisted personnel and oath of office for commissioned officers. Both oaths require service members to swear or affirm their allegiance to the Constitution rather than to an individual.
Mm-hmm.
But oaths are just like, I always be thinking about this. Like, so when you're in the courtroom, right, and you're under oath, it's basically like, you know what I'm saying, when you're kids and you be like, swear to God, you know, like,
Mhm.
you can definitely just lie.
Oh yeah. In court, the only way is if they want to put you on trial for perjury.
Yeah, because I guess it's illegal to lie under oath.
Yep. Man, I'm also very excited about football coming back. I was thinking about football today.
Oh, that's coming up, huh?
It's coming up. We got some training camp dates that have been announced. Would you get Sunday scaries this time of year when you were in the NFL, Arian?
No. What is this? June. I'm still in the middle of my training. So June, I think, and then July, I have another month left of training, and my training entails like kind of what I'm doing with my boys now. Wake up in the morning, work out, chill, go get another workout in, spend on a day, chill, then go get another workout. So like I'm knee deep in my off season workout program, trying to get my body right or working on things that I want to improve from next season. So I ain't even thinking about this season at this point.
I would be, if I were you, I would get Sunday scaries. I'd be like, it's been so awesome not having to go to work.
Oh, I thought Sunday scaries was you like nervous about the game.
No, I mean like
What is
going
that?
like at this time of year, you've been away from the game for a couple months, and it's like, shit, I got to get ready to get hit and exercise in the sun all day.
I get you. I've never had a real job, so the Sunday scaries missed me. I didn't know that term. I thought
Yeah.
you just meant like scared of the Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. About this time, you're like, because training camp to me, I hated it. I thought it was. I think some people need it. I did not think I was one of the ones that needed it. And 2011 is my case study for that. I missed pretty much all of training camp and had a Pro Bowl season. I think some people need the grind, need the hit, but I think once you understand how at this level, how the game is played, you can do it. I used to tell my coach, bro, just give me the game. If you just give me the game plan and I don't see you till Sunday, I will execute. I promise you. Coaches don't feel like that, but I just know me and my body. It would be much more beneficial if I could just relax and take care of my body and heal rather than always constantly pushing and pushing. I think that takes years off Cat's career, but
I think it was also like not everybody can do the way that you did it.
Agreed.
Some people do need that time to get themselves back into shape.
Who was it? I think it was Josh Gordon. I think it was him. But I think the year he had his like big breakout year, he was hurt and he didn't practice the whole year and he just showed up for game day. So it was like mostly just rehab and meetings, and he showed up for the games and balled out. And there's a couple guys like that, like Andre Johnson in the latter years of his career. He didn't practice that much. And anytime there was bad weather, we used to go practice in the bubble. It was in his contract that he couldn't practice in the bubble because it's harder on the older guys' knees. And so anytime we was in the bubble, he didn't practice. And so they was in the bubble a lot, and he just never practiced. But he always showed up and balled. Some people just can do it, Some people just got it.
Were there some guys that could not do it?
Yeah, I think some guys. I think it's the younger you are, and if you actually like, some guys need to learn. Like you need to learn how this game is played. You need to learn technique. You need to learn certain things. You need to learn defensive looks. I don't think quarterbacks can get away with that. I think they have to see certain looks. I think they have to walk through certain things. I think it's harder to get away with the younger you are and the more inexperienced you are. But for guys like me, who my job is 90% instinct, I've trained up to this point through the offseason to get my body right. And now it's like instinctual. A lot of it is like, because once the ball is in my hand, I'm coached to go to a point, but they don't coach you what to do afterwards. It's like, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
And so I think receivers as well, they know what route to run, but when that ball's in the air, that's not really coachable. There's certain aspects that are coachable, how to catch it, where to catch it. But for the most part,
yeah,
you either born with that or you ain't. So
what happens after you get it to this point? Because every play, and Jerry's going to sit down with us for a second here. Every play in the NFL, like when they're installing a running play, and they show you what hole you're going to hit, what gap you're supposed to take, when you're supposed to accelerate downfield. Every play in theory should be a touchdown, right?
Every single one.
Like every play, the goal is, if everybody does their job, this will be a touchdown.
Yes.
And that's just not always the case. Most of them, they just like tell you get like past a linebacker, and then you should score at that point, right? Or is the goal of every play get you one-on-one with somebody in the secondary?
Yeah, so theoretically, yes. So like theoretically, every player is accounted for the most part. Majority of run plays, there is a guy that you're responsible for. It's usually the safety. Like we can't block and we don't got enough hats. That's why you're here, right? But as far as like pass plays, I would say not every pass play is designed to score either. Now that I'm thinking about it, so like if and a lot of it is like contingent on what defense they're running, right? If they're not too high, there's certain plays that don't work with too high. If they're in quarters, there's certain plays that don't work with quarters. And so if I run a play and it's designed for a too high shell, and they come out in quarters, there is a game plan within that route concept that is made for cover 2 and made for cover 4. If they come out in cover 4, I can't go to a certain area. I have a check down, or I have a certain, you know what I'm saying? That there's beaters is what we call them. There's beaters in each coverage. So each coverage has a certain beater in it. Like there's sometimes like when a quarterback comes out and we have a certain play call and he sees cover 2, he's licking his chops because that's what this play was designed for. But if he sees 3 high, he knows it's going to usually be like a check down or something like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I've always wondered about that.
Yeah, I mean, there are times like, so like we had, I think I said this before on this podcast, but like when, if you ever see a quarterback go can or alert,
Mm-hmm.
what that is a quarterback has, there's 2 play calls inside of the huddle, and in those 2 play calls, if the quarterback sees a certain look, and it's usually where the safeties are aligned, then you check to the other play. And there's been times where my quarterback checked to the wrong play, and I'm running into an unblocked safety or an unblocked linebacker, and I know it. And I'm sitting there back there like, bro, why did you do that? And you just got to make do sometimes. Sometimes no gain is a positive gain. That's what you coach.
Yep. Jerry, what's up?
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about Arian and going back to like training camp and all that, because now's the time of year where I think a lot of people would start to think, a lot of NFL players start to think like, oh, I better get back in shape.
Yeah, diet back on, you know.
That would be a tough time of year for me, I think.
Yeah.
After like a couple months of just having fun.
What else you guys talked about today?
We talked about we talked a little about Lainey Wilson, and you know
Who's
who Lainey
that?
Wilson is?
Lainey?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she's a singer, and they were saying that she's married, or that she's married to Duck Hodges.
Okay, former Steelers quarterback.
Former Steelers quarterback, yeah.
Wow.
Do you follow him on Instagram or anything?
Duck?
Yeah.
I don't know if I follow him, but I know who he is. I didn't know he was active on Twitter like that.
Duck's the man. I love Duck.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, he's won some big games for the Steelers. That's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, Lainey Wilson. That's some.
Is she like a good looking woman? I don't know anything about her.
I think she's a pretty good looking woman. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Would you guys say she's good looking?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
really pretty.
Okay, gotcha.
Not to objectify.
Lainey Wilson.
Not to objectify.
Congrats.
And then
Great ass.
yes,
Okay.
she said it. I did not say it. Fantastic. Good job. Hey, good job, Duck.
Congrats, Duck.
Good job, Duck. If I were you, I'd be ducking.
Well, Duck's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
You know, country boy, right? Little hunter in him and stuff.
Provider.
Yeah, provider.
Yeah. You're never going to go hungry with me around. Just give me. All you need is Duck and a shotgun.
Yeah,
and we'll
people
be,
in Pittsburgh love him. I don't know if he's still there, but
he seems like a good guy. We're gonna go hunting with him at one point. We still should probably figure out a way to do that.
that's sick.
I wanted to bring this up because I've been watching a lot of foot golf videos.
Foot golf. Oh, they had like soccer.
Yeah,
that shit looks cool as hell.
I was gonna say foot golf, 2 of Jerry's favorite things. But you've seen the videos I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like them kicking it and whatnot.
Yeah.
That looks cool as hell.
Yeah, Arian, have you seen any of these?
I have.
I'm trying to find foot golf courses in Chicago.
I feel like that's how you can get me on the golfer. You could probably beat me at foot golf.
I guarantee you I could beat you at foot golf.
See, now the guarantee is gonna make me want to play you for real.
I guarantee you I could beat you. Guarantee you.
That would be a fun video.
I agree. I've played foot golf exactly one time in my life down in Austin.
Was it fun?
It was a great time. I almost shot the course record the very first time I played.
Are you serious?
Okay.
I got a hole in one my very first time playing.
Wow.
Are you
Which is,
serious?
it's not as hard as like getting a hole in one in golf.
How far is the shot?
I think this shot was something like 60, 70 yards, something like
Wow.
that.
That's pretty good.
So
Do you
kick
have
it-
like a
it's not
a
a
laser
golf
shooter?
course.
Do you gauge the yardage?
no, I don't get. It's all you eyeball everything, and I mean you have to land every shot pretty short because it's on a golf course, so the soccer ball is going to
roll out.
run
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if we were playing in the right way. We were playing that you could either kick the ball for your first shot off the ground, or you could punt it for your drive.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the actual rules of foot golf are.
I don't think you're probably allowed to punt it.
Probably no punting.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys hear of any foot golf leagues or any foot golf courses around Chicago, I would like. Even though I did give up, I retired from sprinting. I'm getting to the point where my legs feel good enough and flexible enough where I might be able to start kicking again soon. So this,
I would play too.
This could be a great sport.
Yeah,
I think.
I would absolutely play that. Like I said, you're gonna have to coach me up on this one thing. So I was never taught how to properly kick, and I'm sure you've encountered this before, right? I kick with the front of my toe,
Yeah.
where I see all the soccer players kick with the inside of their foot.
Yep.
Explain to me the pros and cons and the differences of that, because I'm sure a lot of people share that similarity.
If you kick with your toe, you don't get nearly as much accuracy.
Okay.
It's generally going to go forward when you kick with your toe. But
And I feel like it hurts.
it could hurt, and you're not going to get as much accuracy, and you're not going to get as much distance either.
More control.
Yeah, or control, and it's not going to be able to fly in the same way. So,
Okay.
like, the spin on the ball is going to be different most times. If you kick with the inside of your foot and you swing your leg the same way, it's like swinging a golf club. If you hit it with the face, that's like what the side of your foot is more like the face of a club or face of a driver. Whereas the front of your foot, it's like if you duct taped like 4 pool cues together, and they're not even.
Mm.
Makes sense.
So you get way more accuracy and distance and control and like ball flight consistency.
I don't know if this is a talked about topic, but is there anything different from the soccer cleat compared to like a regular cleat, like a baseball or football, like the way it's shaped? Is it for the ball?
You know, it's been a while
Good
since
question.
I've like checked out new soccer cleats.
Mm.
They are different from baseball cleats. They don't have like toe cleats on them.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
I know, like, don't like some kickers. I don't know if this is like high school or college or NFL. Like, kickers will wear like their kicking foot in a soccer cleat.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think that is a thing.
Yeah, I think they mostly wear soccer cleats,
Okay.
but a lot of times what they'll do for the kicking foot, they'll wear a size that's like 1 or 2 sizes too small on their kicking foot, because the tighter it is,
Yeah.
then the I guess flatter the surfaces that you use to kick.
Yeah.
And you can kick. I know some guys actually have like they would put their cleat in the oven for
Break it in.
Yeah, for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
And get it hot, and then you could like squeeze your foot in there just barely.
Yeah.
And then tie it up, and it would be like the tightest possible shoe possible.
Yeah, I've done that with a baseball mitt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say my dad used to do that
yeah,
with our baseball
shaving
clubs.
cream in the oven.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Shaving cream.
Yeah.
I didn't
don't
hear
know
about
why.
that.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why.
I can see it.
Yeah, I think it just like breaks it in a lot quicker. Kind of form it to how you want to form it too. But yeah.
I'm looking up foot golf in Chicago.
Nothing?
No, I'm seeing a couple
Damn.
possibilities. Let's get out there sometime soon.
We should. Aaron, what are you working with over there? Is that a PC? You got over
Talking
there?
about like my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a
Nice.
PC.
Oh,
I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer, dog.
Love that, Arian.
Yeah, it's
Hell
custom build, my brother. I seen the thing. You gaming now too, ain't you?
Yeah, trying to get into it a little bit. I like it. I enjoy it, actually. Having a blast doing it. We got like a Call of Duty team that plays for us, which is awesome.
Ah,
So
okay.
we've been traveling and going to tournaments and whatnot. It's been a cool time, but I didn't know much about PCs up until this past year.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking cool. Pretty cool what you can do. with them.
They're so like I have like see through. I used to know it more back when I actually got it built, like but like the GeForce thing, the virtual cards,
CPU,
whatever,
the RAM,
all
all
of
that stuff.
Yeah, all
That's
that
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. But yeah, I got mine built. It's pretty dope, man. It's got a little purple liquid in it.
Ooh,
Fire.
nice. Yeah, looks awesome.
I was
Jerry,
a streamer for a while.
Love that.
Let me ask you about Bush.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Telluride Bush, the esports company,
Yeah.
esports team
Yep.
that you helped to find.
Yep.
What's the next major coming up for you guys?
This week, and we're in Paris. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We aren't there for the first time this year to go to Paris, but our players obviously are there.
But nobody from management is going.
No, just didn't have the budget for it.
Okay. And if the team does well,
Yep,
let's say you become the best in your division.
we are right now.
You're currently number one.
Yeah, number one in North America.
So if you when's the season over?
August 9th, I believe. Season's done.
You finish first place. Let's just say.
Yep.
What happens then? Is there a promotion?
No, not like a promotion. Pretty much each major has prize pools. The tournaments in between have prize pools. Right now we're at 103 or 105K in earnings.
Okay.
If we go win Paris, which we're expected to win, that'll be around 135K in earnings. If we go on to win champs, which we're expected to in Las Vegas, July, I think, 17th, 18th, 19th in Vegas, that'll put us around 200,000 in earnings. And then after that is a thing called EWC. And that's where it's pretty much teams like ours against pro teams that are already in the league.
Okay.
The prize for that is 600,000. We won't win that. We can place like top 4, which will be like 80,000 though, you know?
Yeah.
Which would be pretty sick, 100K, you know, something like that. But we've been doing pretty well.
How do you know you can't win?
Yeah, not that we like. It's like really like from where we're at, and so we're like a minor league kind of team. That would be like a minor league team going against the Yankees or something like that. You know, which any given day, right? But it'd be really difficult.
Yeah, it would be like your team's Super Bowl.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. You know, so yeah, it probably won't happen, but our goal is like a top 6 in that. Would be like a top 6. I think there's 12. I think there's about 16 or 24 teams, something like that. I think maybe 20 or 16 teams that go to that EWC. And our goal is like top 6. That would be our goal.
Top 6
would be like massive.
Pretty great. And so all that money goes to the players.
So some of it goes to most of it goes to the players. The rest goes to I guess Barstool Backend or Austin.
Or to Austin.
Yeah, one of the two. I don't know where the money goes, to be honest.
So, but Barstool does take a cut of it.
Yeah, they could take a cut. Yeah, they take their percentage.
Gotcha. And none to you. You're doing this just for the love of the game.
No, yeah, none to any Misas or Mook, none, 0.
Ideally, you'd like to get paid for it, though, right?
I think ideally in the future we would like to work out a percentage deal with Dave and Austin. You know, as far as like earnings go and maybe like a rev share. Obviously we don't have the sponsorship yet to back us, but that's the goal in the future.
And how many eyes are on each of these tournaments? You know,
it all depends. This one's going to be a lot less because of the time difference, I'd say. Paris is I think 7 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So like,
but it's gonna be a Saturday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So like Saturday morning.
Yeah, like 4:30 in the morning. We'd start probably around there. Friday will be like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, something like that. Sunday will be, I think, like 7 in the morning, something like that. So like the time frames are messing us up a little bit. Also, we're not there, so we're not gonna have to. We're not gonna have vlogs. We're not gonna have a documentary. You know, also one of the guy who was working with us, he just left. He left the bush. He just like obviously wanted to like be an employee. Like Barcel didn't see like I guess fit.
Now, do you think that this is something that like could you ever get good enough at Call of Duty?
No. It's not something like that. No.
Never.
No, never. No.
You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, it's more like an age thing. How many years you've been playing?
Absolutely, it's an age thing.
Reaction time is a lot different than an 18-year-old. You know, it's like
there's data behind that.
Yeah,
but I will say for all us, you know, millennials, playing those kind of games, it does show that it does keep you a little bit sharper than people that don't play those.
For sure.
Games.
Yeah.
Reaction time. There's a difference between people who don't and who do in a positive manner. So
yeah, like Eric, guys are like retiring from competitive at like 24, 25, 20. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
So there's a big drop off.
Yeah.
Now, Jerry, tell me, do you talk shit back to the little kids that be talking shit to you online?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Thank you, but thank you. I get tired of this this judgment. I will.
Yeah, like they're 18 years old. Why are you talking shit? Nah, like you're gonna hit me below the belt, and I can't hit you below the belt.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. I'll be motherfucking these little bastards.
Yeah, because most of the time they're better than us. You know, it's like they're like
banned for
18-year-old
2 days.
crack kids talking crap. It's like,
100%.
dude, I get it. You're like, I'm upset I'm losing to you. You know, trust me. I know you're better.
I got banned for 2 days the other day. But it wasn't my fault. I never start the shit. I'm one of those cats. Like, we could lose. I would rather lose because it's up to 13. I play Valorant a lot. Which is
okay. So it's like Counter-Strike kind of?
Yeah, same vibes.
Okay.
So I would rather lose 13-0 and have a good vibes team than win with the asshole. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I get that.
Well, he's like, and he'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? He'd be the top frag, and then he's just talking shit to everybody. I'm like, dog, like, go professional then. Why are you in my rank?
Exactly.
You know
That's my response too all the time. It's like, bro, you're playing against a 31-year-old washed up fucking guy who barely can move his thumbs, bro. Go pro if you're so good.
I always be telling him, go pro then, bro. You're fucking you're in the same rank as me.
Yeah.
If you was that good, you would be above me. So fuck up.
Arian, I really think that you would actually enjoy maybe it's too late in the year for you to kind of get into it or not, but like the way we kind of do things is like kind of like a reality show in a way, but kind of when we're in person with them. But like we usually get like Airbnbs at these events and film content with the players. We go to the events and when we have a stream and we watch party them playing and whatnot. But it's a pretty cool process. In the beginning, I was like, well, we'll see how it is. Like, this can be like kind of boring. I've had like so much fun just like getting to know the players, getting to know the business a little bit. It's pretty interesting, the whole business behind it, you know?
Who's at the top? Who's making the most money?
Optic Gaming, a company called Optic Gaming. They've been around forever, kind of pretty much pioneers. But yeah, they're like, the whole thing is like sponsorship, right? Like, you know, friggin' they have all the sponsors and whatnot, and the sponsors buy in, and it's very expensive. It's not cheap. It's like if you were to like, Jerry, okay, let's say there was no buy-in to go to the league, right? Mm-hmm. You wanted to start a Call of Duty team, and there was no buy-in. If you want to be competitive, your roster is going to cost you $1 million.
That much?
You're like, if you want to compete and you want to like
top of the line.
Yeah, you want to win. Like, you know, I mean, $500K will get you by and whatnot, but like, you're paying like $1 million. You're paying like a $250,000 to every single player, pretty much.
And okay, so I'm paying $250,000 to every player. What are the purses for the tournaments at the highest level?
At the highest level is a little bit different. You'll have like some majors I think are like $150K to the winner, $100K to the winner, I believe. I'm not really familiar greatly with the pros because we're in the step below them.
So most of the money is coming from sponsorships.
Correct. Most of the money comes from sponsorships. You know, obviously YouTube revenue, Twitch revenue. So you're paying the players' salaries. You have to pay for them to travel to every event.
Yep.
If you want, like, you should, like, if Barcelona was to start his team, we'd have our own facility. Like, somewhere here in the Chicago office, we'd have a room with 4 gaming PCs, you know, where the players can come and play. You'd pay their rent in Chicago, like a 2-bedroom apartment. Like, that's how it kind of works.
Okay.
With the top teams, at least,
room
right?
And board, all that stuff.
Yeah, room and board. So, like, it's a very expensive. It's not a cheap process.
Yeah.
But I think, like,
how much like at the highest tournaments at the top level, how many people are tuning in to watch these?
Hundreds of thousands.
Is that like concurrently or like total?
Yeah, like concurrently on like the Optic watch parties, you could have like 100K. Counter-Strike is like, that's a whole different story, but you know, Arian's probably familiar a little bit with Counter-Strike.
League of Legends, I think League of Legends.
And that's
World
massive
Warcraft,
too.
Those two are out of that.
Yeah, you're talking about like 400K concurrence. Wow. 500K concurrence.
But like all across, there's like millions of people.
Oh yeah.
I think one of them broke the record, and it was like up there. I mean, like 1 million or some shit like that. It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy. Like I'll give you an example. There's this Counter-Strike player. He's like a video game player, right? If another team like wanted him, his buyout's $10 million.
Oh shit.
That's how like
your college football coach money.
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like we have like buyouts on our players too in Call of Duty. Call of Duty buyouts are a lot less than that. But you'll have Call of Duty players go for like $250,000.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, you know? We've even heard stories about players going for $400,000.
That's nuts. So your team right now is ranked number 1
North America.
in North America in
Yes.
the second division.
Yeah, in right below the pros, right below it.
Okay.
But there's some players on our team that used to be in the pros.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to get back.
Yes, that's everybody's goal who plays. Yeah, is try to get there
And
or
so,
get back.
So if you win your league this year, would you say that like the majority of your team is going to try to move up to that top division?
They'd probably get picked up. Yeah.
And then you got to find who's next.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So you always got to be scouting.
Yeah,
Always
like
hit the
here's
ball.
we have an 18-year-old signed right now from Jamaica.
Okay.
Right now,
All right.
he's a great kid. His POV is like when you're looking at him play is like pretty incredible to watch.
Do you have to be a interesting personality?
Yeah,
No,
not
Gotta be
even.
nice.
Yeah, he's got to be like good at the game, and like we're looking for people who like we obviously know like people who play video games are probably not like as open as a guy like me would be.
Yeah.
But like we try to get them comfortable enough to like do some type of content.
And how do you get scouted? If you're just a kid that's on your couch and you think that you're pretty good,
yeah.
But you've never competed in a tournament or anything like that, how'd you get scouted like by a team like yours?
You'd sign up for challengers, which we're in. It's free to sign up.
Okay.
Online is completely free. Free to sign up. You can get 3 other guys to sign up with you, 3 of your friends. It's a 4 total. And you'd compete in what's called challengers, which is they have cups, elites, and majors.
Okay. And I mean, I can tell how passionate you are about this. You love this stuff.
Oh yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. So what is, I guess I'm curious why you're so passionate about it.
I think it's a couple different things. I think one of the things is like it brings me back to when I was like younger, obviously pre-drugs and whatnot. Like you'd rush home to play video games, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And I remember like the best times of my life were like going home from like after middle school and like talking to my friends and be like, "Oh, dude, I can't wait to get on the game and do my homework real quick, hop on the game, and then be on the game all night." So it brings back like some memories of that, and also like I think the scene was great at one point. I think it definitely fell off, but I think there's so much potential for it to get big again.
Okay.
You know, but it's an interesting like business. It's a fun watch, I'd say. You know, and I don't know, it's just fun all the way around. You know, you get to, you know, like the whole scene we're in, like what we're trying to do is like, you know, you become friends with the players, right? And you get to know them and their stories, and you know, you get to have inside scoop on like current pros and stuff like that. So it's a whole bunch of different things that make
Here's
it
the
fun.
top 5, just for perspective. Here's the top 5 esports by viewership. So number 5 is Valorant, and the peak viewership for like a championship is 1 million. PUBG Mobile is peak is 1.7 million, or well 1 million and 70,000. Third is League of Legends, peak is 2.2 million.
Wow.
Second is Counter-Strike, peak is 2.7 million. And I've never even heard of this one. Number 1 is Mobile Legends Bang Bang. You know what that is?
I never heard of that one either.
Peak viewership 5.6 million.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's big though. It's why I stopped with the argument with my kids. We're like, why you watching these cats play?
Exactly, yeah.
And they be like, why you watch cats play sports? Like that's they, and because they like, so I follow this guy from Valorant. His name is Tenz, Tenz. And he's like, his reaction time is insane. The flicks that he had, he's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
He's moving crazy. And
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. And he's just a killer. And these cats are just amazing at what they do. And I like watching the game that I enjoy. I like watching them get down on it.
Yeah.
And so kids do the same thing. They just love watching games that they get down on.
Like I definitely get some like DMs too, Eric, like of like people who are like Jerry, like isn't like the like football Sunday so much better? And like, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Like obviously I'm into football so much. And like granted, like Barstool will get a lot of viewers on different March Madness streams, football streams. But if you were like to turn on a Sunday and just see the viewership just for a regular Call of Duty, not even championship, just like a regular Friday, Saturday, Sunday stream, like that's putting up crazy numbers too. Like,
Yeah.
50K currently watching, 60K currently watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's pretty. The potential is there in this business.
I
for
got
sure.
you. What is the what's the
Y'all
top?
need a Valorant arm. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
y'all need a Valorant arm. That's I know everything about. So the dozen, not the
Yeah,
dozen,
yeah.
the dozen? Yeah. So that when I back when because I'm shit at all the sports, even football. I suck at it. But my niche topic was Valorant.
Oh shit! Damn, that's pretty
Clean sweep. Never missed a question.
There you go.
Yeah.
Did you ever congratulate me on winning the championship, Aaron?
You won the championship?
Did you win?
Yeah, no big deal.
Who's on the team?
Myself, Brandon, and Fran.
Oh, super team again.
Yeah, that is absolutely super. The more
It's a super team, dude.
Can I be
Yeah.
honest?
Brandon is this motherfucker is a walking sports encyclopedia, dog. The more I hang around him, I'm like, how the fuck why do you know that?
Yeah, Brandon is a super team, and also Fran does not miss celebrity mashup.
She don't miss.
She's
right?
never missed. Yeah, I mean, I think it's been like 3 years since she's
And
missed
she
one.
hasn't missed one.
And Jeff just keeps making it harder and harder, and she
That's-
just refuses to miss them.
Wow.
She is absolutely cheat code and automatic on those. She's very good at pop culture too.
Damn.
I kind of fill in the cracks wherever I can.
Gotcha.
I know a fair amount of sports. Brandon knows way more than me.
Mm-hmm.
Fran knows way more pop culture than me, but I know like some music that she doesn't know. I know some TV, some movies that she
Okay.
might not know.
So you guys haven't like covered all around. Pretty much.
I'm like the geography
okay.
guy on the team,
Yeah.
and all that. So we cover every base pretty well. But Brandon is, if I'm being honest, Brandon is a sports super team.
Yeah.
by himself.
I've always thought about hiring like 2 outside people that were just geniuses and just taking over the dozen.
Just bringing
But like
ringers.
I feel like it'd be kind of boring.
Little psyop.
Yeah, just like I feel like it'd be kind of like just there's really not much there. They're gonna get every question right.
Yeah, like what? But the problem with that is, you don't get paid for the dozen.
I know it would just be to
Yeah.
kind of stick it to Brandon.
Yeah, which would be that'd be fun too.
You know?
I feel like they've got to change something up.
I'd
next
have like
year.
a 22-year-old from like China who
Yeah.
gets the MVP every year.
Yeah, math becomes a category
Yeah.
on the dozen. Can you imagine if Jeff just dropped like algebra as a surprise category next year?
That'd be crazy.
The answers that he would get from some of us around this office.
Like that viewership does great too. Like I
Yeah.
I like to like see when I can watch that stuff. It's like really fun.
let me ask you about the video game stuff.
Yeah.
Is there any major league for competitive flight simulation, like dogfights?
Ooh, I don't know, but I guarantee you there's something.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you there's something.
I would watch that. I would watch like if you went squadron versus squadron.
Yeah, like fastest time or something like that.
yeah, you could do fastest time
Like
if you're
from New
doing,
York to LA or something like that.
or
you
if you're
know?
doing like the mock loop. There's this like thing in the hills, I think in Europe, that you like try to get the fastest time.
How
Or
much
if-
did your rig cost?
All in, not that. I feel like it's about $4,000 all in.
Okay, and that's
Oh, that's not as
computer.
bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Is that computer and like the controls and
That's
whatnot?
not counting the computer.
Okay, no computer.
Like I already had. The
Can any
computer.
PC run that?
Not
really?
Not
Okay.
really.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you're gonna want something with like a really good graphics card.
Okay, I have like a great PC, so I can just
Yeah.
get the controls. You're saying
Get the controls. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm actually looking into something a little bit
Bigger than that?
Quite a bit.
really
Quite a bit.
What is it
For
Can
the
you-
office?
Can you tease it?
Oh,
or
for
no?
the office?
Yeah, for the
Nice.
office. It might be something that like you get motion.
Oh,
Like
one
you
of the
feel-
like,
you feel it?
like, yeah, the
Oh,
3D
wow.
Jones.
So this
like-
is good. This seems like 50 to 100K. We're talking.
we're talking somewhere in that range.
Wow.
normally, but we'll
See, I was
I'm
gonna
working on a price
retire,
discount on it.
Yeah.
I was gonna retire undefeated from Flight Simulator because the first and only time I've ever played it was
Yeah.
it was on the stream with I think it was Tate.
Yep.
And landed my first plane. I was gonna retire undefeated, but if you got the joint that make you move, I might have
Yeah.
to hop back in the cockpit.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
Did you have like a dream of like becoming a pilot and you just couldn't do it? Or
No,
what's the
I
obsession?
don't like heights. I don't like
Okay.
heights.
No, that wasn't like a dig.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was like a serious question.
That's fair. I don't like heights.
Okay, got it.
I had some flight simulator when I was a kid, when I was like 11 or 12 years old, but
Mhm.
it was a game. I think it was called like U.S. Navy Fighters or something like
Okay,
that.
gotcha.
But it was it was like a pretty detailed simulator for back in the day. All I had was just like a joystick and then
Okay,
like a couple buttons over here. So it was
Gotcha.
probably like a grand total of $100
okay.
on everything. But I like to play it.
If you were to hop in a plane
Yeah.
right now,
Uh-huh.
would you be able to take off and land?
What plane?
A 747. 737, whatever, the smaller one.
If everything was turned on,
Everything was turned on.
except for like the throttle,
Correct.
yeah, I could take off.
Okay.
Yeah, I could get off the ground.
Okay. And you can go 35,000 in the air, or
Yeah, I think I could.
okay.
If you told me where the flaps button, like how to move the flaps.
Okay.
If you told me like how to bring the gear up where that lever is, I think I could get you up to 35.
And then get back down.
That might be where we run into a small
Getting
problem.
back down is the
Getting back down might be a problem.
Because you have to go very slow, right?
I know in theory how to do it.
Okay.
And I think that I could. But then if you then I'd probably run into a spot where I'm aiming for a runway that's like 30 miles away.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to calculate how much airspeed I need to take off and how much altitude I need to lose. And I'd probably get to a place where I'm like 5 miles away from the runway and I'm going way too fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, I can figure this out.
Yeah.
And then I just take the throttle all the way off and then I try to pull up to lose as much speed as possible. And then I try to put the nose down. Then I lose control and crash.
God.
I could see that happening.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
And you got your computer in front of you because I'm going to need some help on this. How many people every year die in a plane crash?
Worldwide.
Yeah, let's do worldwide for sure. Every life matters.
I'm gonna say 120
People?
I think more than
yeah.
that.
Really? There's more.
I'm thinking like 5 to 10K.
No, I don't think it's that
What?
much.
Really? Okay. I could be wrong.
I think it's.
I'll say 150. 150.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say
$1.
400.
400. Okay.
Because you might have like one passenger plane that goes down. It might not always be filled.
And I'm talking about private too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because then you've got other
I thought you meant
private,
commercial.
and you
Okay.
got like flight
'cause-
instruction and helicopters.
Commercial
Military.
rarely crashes, but I know the majority of plane crashes are private.
Private, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you're talking about total? Okay, I'm gonna bump mine up then. 300.
Let's see. I'm seeing 2024 it was 296.
Okay.
2025 was 394.
Okay. So, okay. My theories, my take is probably bad then.
And so some years you have like 100 or less. And then if there's one big one, that makes it
Yeah.
jump up quite a bit.
Because I was thinking like, why doesn't because I've seen these videos where like something will happen like, and I could be wrong. I don't know if it's just military or certain private planes, but like a pilot will realize something's going very, very bad. Engines are gone, and they just hit a button and then they eject, and then they come down from a parachute, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't it every single plane, every seat has that?
in like passenger planes, you mean?
Passenger planes, commercial planes, like God forbid of an emergency, like the whole top of the plane just blows off, and like the pilot hits a button and everybody goes
And
up.
everyone goes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the reason why would be it'd probably make the plane a lot heavier,
Okay, got it.
and that would then require a lot more fuel
Okay,
to fly it.
Gotcha.
And you'd probably have to redesign a lot of stuff.
Gotcha, okay.
Because the ejection seats, it's a lot of weight
Yeah.
that is in there. And then also to have all the ejection seats in there, you'd have to do maintenance on all those all the time to make sure they were still functional.
Okay.
And if like one went off,
Yeah.
then that creates a problem for everybody else on the plane, and the plane could crash.
Gotcha.
I think the actual number of plane crashes each year is so small
Doesn't really
that it wouldn't make sense
got it.
to put all those.
Now let me ask you this: if I was to, because those parachutes are kind of like a book bag, right? Those
Yeah.
like you strapped in or whatever.
Yep.
Why? What's stopping me from sitting next to the exit seat every single plane ride? And if I realize shit's going south quick, I unlock the door, I get out, and I just do my parachute.
You say, "See ya."
I could do that.
You could do that.
So you're allowed to bring a parachute on a plane.
I don't know if you're allowed to or not.
Ah, see,
I
that's
don't-
the
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
That's the thing.
I don't know if you're allowed to or
You'd
not.
probably get some looks, right?
They'd probably be like, "Why?" That would,
And I would just say, God forbid.
yeah, God forbid.
Yeah.
And then what are they going to say to that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, good point. I think if you're sitting in an exit row and you try to jump out of the plane, you open up the exit door and you push it out.
People are going to get sucked out.
People are going to get sucked out. Yeah.
Even if they're strapped in?
Yeah, if they're like buckled in the
Yeah.
seat, Probably not if they're buckled in their seat. There's a chance though that if they're not like buckled in
Super tight,
they could get sucked out, and then anybody that's walking around could possibly get sucked out. And then the danger for you becomes when you jump out of the plane.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that you accidentally jump into the engine.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because a lot of the exit rows are in front of the engine.
Yeah.
And unless
if you do that, you're dead.
Very dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
nobody's ever been more dead
Yeah,
than if you
getting
go.
chopped up in that spinny wheel.
They're gonna find. Yeah, you're gonna be like red dust.
Yeah.
At that point,
I see. I'm not scared. I'm still scared to fly.
But you know,
I fly so much.
To circle back on that real quick, though, let's say that the exit row was in the back of the plane, so you don't have to worry about
the engine. Yeah.
You jump out now. If the plane was above, call it like 20,000 feet, you're probably gonna die soon, anyways.
Why? I got the parachute.
There's no oxygen up there.
What do you mean no oxygen?
There's no oxygen above.
It's in the air.
Yeah, it's so thin once you get like above 20,000 feet.
Oh, really? So how the hell did we get oxygen on a plane?
So the cabin's pressurized.
Oh.
And they pump oxygen through the plane.
Oh.
And if the plane becomes depressurized, so for instance, if like
we're losing oxygen, right?
If somebody opens up an exit row door, what then happens is if everyone's buckled up, if the pilot doesn't get down to, I want to say below like 15 or 12,000 feet, everybody starts to slowly lose oxygen.
Wow.
So if the masks don't come down, and you're starting to descend, everybody on that plane gradually will just fall asleep, and then they'll die.
They'll die.
Then they'll die. Yeah. So if you jump out of a plane, you don't have oxygen. If you're up in that area, number one, it's gonna be freezing up there. It's gonna be like negative 20 degrees.
Wow.
It's super cold when you get up that high, and then you're not gonna have any oxygen to breathe. You're going to pass out within just a couple seconds. And then even if, like there's enough oxygen to keep you awake while you're passed out, you're counting on then waking back up when you get to like 10,000 feet and be like, oh shit, I have to pull I got to pull my deal.
So there's really, they kind of got us trapped.
They got you trapped once you get up there. They've thought about this.
Man, I hate flying. I'm getting a lot, like the more I've worked here, obviously I've been traveling a lot more. It's getting less scary each time, but I mean, I'd be lying if I said every time I fly, I think it's the last time I'm flying.
Yeah, you used to get way more scared.
Yeah, for sure.
There have been a couple times that we flew. The first couple times that we flew together, Jerry, you were like every time the plane would move, you'd be like, "We're going down."
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now you're getting a little bit better at it, but you're still.
Yeah, I still have my doubts, man.
I would say like you have a healthy fear of flying, though.
Yeah,
it's something that's like completely unnatural for a human to be doing.
Oh, for sure.
Is like going 500 miles per hour through the sky.
Yeah. What I don't understand is like, okay, how many times do you think in America a car breaks down?
A lot.
Why? How doesn't that happen to a plane?
They do a lot more maintenance on the planes. Also with planes, the way that they're designed and built, you have to most of the systems on a plane, especially if it's like a critical system, like the hydraulics that controls the steering or the engine systems, those have like 3 to 4 to 5 levels of redundancy behind them. So
okay,
if
like
one
backups, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. If one fails,
okay,
good news. You've still got 3 other things.
Okay, that's with the engine too, right? There's multiple engines,
yeah,
right? Okay,
that's the thing. So it's like you need like 4 things to happen wrong at the same time
shit to go south
for a real mechanical failure to bring down a plane. Now there are some instances like there was that one plane that was taken off like a year and a half ago. I think it was a FedEx plane, and the engine just snapped off right as the plane was like lifting off the ground. And with that, there's absolutely nothing that you can do. The engine, the mounting was like it had a fatigue crack in it.
Mm-hmm.
It broke off at the worst possible time. And if you're like 10 feet above the ground and you're going 200 miles an hour,
it's over.
And your plane's on fire and you're filled with fuel,
yeah,
there's absolutely nothing that you can do.
Over.
But if something like that had happened up at, call it 30,000 feet, and one of the engines completely snaps off, granted, there's a good chance it could hit the plane and like damage part of the plane, in which case you're fucked.
Yeah.
But if you have one engine that's completely missing and you got 4 engines on the plane and you took a little bit of damage, there's a good chance that you might be able to land the plane safely at that point.
Got it. And turbulence has never brought a plane down once.
I don't think it's brought down a passenger plane.
What's a passenger plane?
Like a 737.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
From my understanding, there's a lot of pilots that say online turbulence is an assurance of like like there's an assurance that it's not that is not a reason for a plane to go down.
Yeah. That's what made me a lot more comfortable about flying, is getting into the TikToks about the pilots talking about like, you're good. I don't care how much the plane is shaking. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, you're fine.
You're in the Jello. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I have seen that. Yes,
the Jello.
Yeah. My son loves the turbulence.
Does he?
Oh my God, he loves it.
Wow.
Like when we get on the plane, he's like, "Daddy, when's the plane gonna start shaking?"
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
And I'm like, I hope it doesn't, buddy. You know what I mean?
I love that. Yeah, some kids, if they grow up flying, it becomes like a game to them.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I don't think that's ever going to be me. I get a little bit. I have a healthy respect for flight. And for
pilots are just different, man.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy.
Yeah, they are.
All right, well, Jerry, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you guys, man. I had a blast.
We appreciate you, and we will see you around.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'll see you. I'll see you on the course at some point. Play some foot golf.
Bye, Arian.
All right, that does it for macrodosing today. Next week we've got the week off. We're not going to be here. The golf video is coming out.
It comes out Thursday, and
dun,
then we have
dun, dun.
and then we have a best of episode that comes out Tuesday, right, Mackenzie?
Okay, I love that, and you guys are definitely going to want to see the golf video.
This is your last chance to hype it up before it comes out.
Subscribe right now to get it first.
Yes.
Yeah. Turn your notifications on.
Yeah, subscribe. Smash that subscription button.
Yeah. I'm excited for everyone to see it.
All right.
I think.
Well, we will see you guys next week.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, guys.
Aloha for Connor.
Yeah.
Yes. Love you guys. Also, this is going to trigger Big T just real quick. This will be our little secret for everyone that's made it this far. The filthy few. Don't tell Big T. I just put a future on the Heisman Trophy. Nico.
Oh,
Nico.
For UCLA?
Nico for UCLA.
Do you have some insider information, or where is this coming from?
This is just coming from Nico. He's got all the tools.
It's coming from Nico himself.
He's been humbled a little bit. And his head coach and offensive coordinator are from James Madison. And
man's going off some astrology chart shit. I feel you.
No, not at all. Hey, Big T or Arian, answer me this riddle. The Heisman Trophy winner last year, Mendoza, his coach. Where'd his coach come from? Where'd his offensive coordinator come from?
I believe that was James Madison.
James Madison. Now, Bob Chesney, I'm not saying that JMU is good enough to have quarterbacks that win the Heisman Trophy, because that's not how college football works. But Bob Chesney's a hell of a head coach, and he's got a great offensive coordinator with him. And it's going to be light years ahead of what UCLA was doing last year. And we've got a good quarterback out there. And Nico, say what you want about him. You know, he had to learn the hard way that everything's not always sunshine and roses in the world of college football. And you're not promised everything. So he's humbled himself a little bit. He's out at UCLA. I think he showed some promise last year. Now he's got a good coaching staff that believes in him. They got some good players, a lot of them from JMU also. It was 100-1. So
have you texted or talked to Liam Blutman about this?
I talked to Liam Blutman about it.
And Liam Blutman agrees with you?
He giggled. His response was to giggle.
I'm sure that instilled confidence within you.
No, like in a I can't believe that somebody is saying this about UCLA type of way. Mm. So but no one tell Big T this.
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
We'll see you guys later. Love you guys.